Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's a brand new episode of a Roll20 Presents. You know the rest. Welcome. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Roll20 presents us.
Yeah, that's
nerds.
right. Roll20 Presents some dorks. So we are here to entertain you with our bullshit and our adventuring and our hopefully not getting murdered by this adventure.
I am not hopeful on that.
The party is currently about to be ambushed by some scary people. But we'll get to that bit. We'll get there.
I think it's very important. I have in my notes from last session, I was trying to remember what happened. I have in a very special spot right here. You can't see it because it's overexposed. I wrote, Bryn winked at me, question mark. So that's the most important thing that happened last session. I'll have you know.
Good.
Bryn's a little flirty.
I
Just
mean,
like a little.
Perspective is
The whole
important.
dialogue that we did with like one of the Van Thampers and all that. Now
I
that-
didn't put a
nothing-
box around that. I didn't put a box around that part
Okay.
of the
I see my contribution is being counted poorly.
After the end of Act 1 of this adventure, once we get to Act 2, we should put out a survey where everyone can say which Van Thamper they think they are. Once we've had a chance to meet all of them.
I will go on Quizilla and
I'm Thirstwell
right now.
Thirstwell Van Thamper.
I think yes, I agree. I have to say I think of myself as an Emmerich, but I might be a Thirstwell.
I am definitely a Thirstwell.
What's the mother's name? That's me.
Thalambra.
Thalambra.
I'm working on
Thalambra.
my Thalambra arms. You know, you got to get that really good punching.
No, I
on.
don't
what I
normally
say.
like to spoil the future parts of adventures, but it does say when you encounter Thalambra Van Thamper in the box text that she bursts through a brick wall saying, "Oh yeah."
Yea, verily.
Like I can
She
do
bursts through a wall saying, "Well met," and then suplexes you out the window.
I can Thirstwell pretty good here.
Yeah. Thirstwell Van Thamper is what Montgomery Burns looked like when he was a youngster.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Old Monty. Oh, Monty, you're the devil himself. So how's everybody been? How have things been since last we played this exciting adventure? Elf, what have you been up to? You got a new computer happening soon? Is that what's going on?
I did a fundraising stream to get a new computer because this one is starting to like not work.
Yeah.
And I mean that in that like it's 4 or 5 years old and it just does not run things and stream things at the same time in a way that is efficient anymore.
Mhm.
So I did a fundraising stream. We raised a ton of money in like one day. So thank you, people who.
Oh, that's so good. That's so nice.
We
when
made like
people come through.
$1,000 towards this computer. Which
So
was, like,
helpful. That's great.
But so we haven't put it together because the goal was met to do a computer building stream.
Yeah, there've been quite a few of those. I feel like some company did a
Good
bunch of like computer
Was it
build
like
sponsored
Omen
streams.
by HP or
What?
It happens every once in a
Samsung
while
sponsored
where it'll
one?
just be like a bunch of content creators. I think this time around was Samsung, but
Samsung definitely sponsored some.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember because people were talking about the SSDs. Yeah.
But so I have all those pieces,
It
and
works.
that's happening after this stream.
Oh,
So,
sick. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, those streams are always fun because you're like, I know there's a thing. I have a bunch of crap and I'm gonna make it into a working
Well,
thing.
the great part about it is last time I built a computer, I was like 13. And like my dad was doing all the work and I did nothing. So I'm really looking forward to just playing with the most expensive Legos that I've ever owned. And
Yeah.
fucking up my entire computer.
How deep into building this yourself are you going? Like, are you applying the thermal paste to the CPU yourself?
Okay, here's what I can tell you. When I was putting it together virtually in the store with the guy,
Yeah.
he was like, "Okay, so you want to put it all together yourself? You're gonna have to update the BIOS on this motherboard."
Mm-hmm,
I was like, "I don't want to do that," and he was like, "Okay, well, we can do that in store for you." And I'm like, "Yes, do that part, but nothing else."
nice.
So
Having recently dealt with that, it's not fun.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
very
So
frustrating.
I was like, "No, I don't want that." So it's fine.
When I first
Um,
started streaming, I built my PC and I looked up a bunch of stuff about how to put the hardware together, and I didn't have any clue about how to do the software stuff. It's just like a completely different and absolutely unattainable, like ununderstandable thing for me. It's like, wait. So I put all these pieces together and they don't just work.
Yeah, the best part of a PC build is when you turn it on the first time and it doesn't do anything. That's the best part. And it happens in every time anyone has ever built a computer. You plug it in, you're like, everything is where it's supposed to be. You turn it on and just nothing happens.
But so like the original plan
perfect.
was I was just going to buy some new pieces for this computer and be like, okay, it's good. But the motherboard is so old that none of the processors are going to have the right number of pins.
That's
or
that's a bottleneck right there.
That kind of shit, right? And I'm just like, fuck it, I'll buy a whole new
That's
one.
when that's for the same for me. When I like run out of card slots or RAM slots, or I'm like, I have to like fuck with the motherboard, and then and you know what? I'm at the point I've built enough computers. I'll spend the extra money and be like, listen, you just
see if it were in my hands, Adam, I 100% would also do that. But I asked chat for money for a thing, so now that thing
there is no more demanding dark god, no Dendar, no Bane, no Ball than the god that is chat. It demands blood and it demands buckets of it. So I hear you.
Never listen to chat.
Make sure you're grounded. Don't wear socks on the carpet.
It's fine. It's not that scary. If you smell smoke, you did it wrong.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lauren.
Or you're having a stroke, I think.
or you're having
burnt toast.
Hard to say. You're still doing it wrong.
You're probably doing it wrong. Yeah, I put mine together on stream, and it's fine. People will give you a lot of backseat advice.
Yeah. I honestly, with stuff like that, when I'm like clueless about something, I'm usually to chat. I'm like, go ahead. Like, you probably
that's
know
the thing,
more about
right?
this than I do. Like,
Siobhan and I are going to work on it together, and then chat's going to just tell us what to do. So I'm not really.
The only person who's not allowed, like straight up just banned from giving me any kind of advice about anything from chat is Dave. Dave has got a lifetime ban on giving me advice for playing games or building. If I tried to build a PC and Dave was in chat, Dave would be like, Put the sword in the sideways. Oh, you didn't buy a sword? Pff, weak.
Trash.
Noob.
Wow. Oh, the screwdriver is really hard. Should have built strength.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pick up your computer. Oh, it's heavy? Well, should have put your points in strength. Yeah. But I find that kind of backseating pretty like helpful when I'm like I was doing a Lightroom stream. I was actually editing some of those cosplay photos that we did, Lauren, and I had somebody tell me something about Lightroom that I had completely forgotten existed. They mentioned a feature and I was like, wait a second, that is a thing. And so those kinds of things where you're just like doing something you're not that great at and having chat kind of like share that knowledge with you, it can actually be really nice.
I also feel bad for my chat though, because I've done like Photoshop and Lightroom streams, and they're like, no, there's such an easier way to do it, and I can just see the pain in their text. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this the hard way.
Look, the suffering is part of the fun. You're like, no, I won't change how I'm doing it because I know it'll work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a true thing. And it's been true of Creative Suite since day one, where like people would figure out their way to do their workflow, but do it in isolation. So nobody would, so you'd meet somebody and they'd be like, oh yeah, like this is what I do in Photoshop. And then you're like, wait a second, what? You're using the keyboard for that? What window is this? What is even going on?
I literally clicked my abilities in WoW just because it pissed the chat off so much.
It's very much like when you know a word.
Keyboard turning.
When you know a word only from reading it.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's like, I only know this Photoshop trick because I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
And there's a much easier way that I would never learn. Like, what did you say? Like soporific?
I was about to say, I was 36, or I was almost 36 years old when I learned that it's soporific and not sopophoric. And it was just my brain misreading it every time. And I'd never heard it spoken out loud.
Yeah. It's one of those things. That's the thing. Is like, I feel like with technology that's so convoluted, so messed up, like Photoshop, like you can get to the end place you want to get to.
Yeah, the start and the end are the same point, but there's a million squiggles in the middle. Yeah, and you often learn some like bootstrappy version of what the correct way to do it is. Like I've watched official Adobe tutorials and been like, that's not how you do that. That's what? Oh, you saved 1 second. You clicked a slightly different thing. And then, yeah. So it's good. It's nice having that opportunity to have people like show you different ways of doing stuff. Even if like Lauren, you're like, no, forget you. I'm going to do it my way. That's also valid. Yeah. Well, cool. I'm excited about your new PC. I hope that it is faster than the wind.
It is, well, according to this, the graphics card will be 98% faster.
Hot
So,
damn. That's cool.
We're really kicking it up here.
Bam. For the computer dweebs in the audience, what is your new graphics card? What did you get?
It is oh my god, how can I not remember the number words?
A 980, a 1080?
No, it's not any of those. I have a 970 now. I wouldn't get a 980.
980 is not 98%.
I'm looking for the thing. Here we go.
2030.
It's an RX 5700 XT AMD one. So Radeon.
Oh, it's
AMD, yeah.
Oh, you were aimed.
I was just like, all these numbers
Get out
don't
here,
make any
Lauren.
sense to me.
I also got.
But I have a NVIDIA graphics card.
It's also an AMD processor. It's a Ryzen 7.
Oh, I got that one. It's nice. It's like
Ryzen
like
was the
three
name
and
of
like-
Blue Jay's horseshit player character in that.
Yeah, because I
two-player
looked
game.
around the convention center and I was like, what here can I name my character? Oh, look, that computer says Ryzen on it.
Mhm.
That's the one.
All hail. What was she? A Ranger? Ryzen Esports.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think she was a fighter.
Ryzen Esports.
Yeah, Blue Jay uses the Stephen King convention of naming
Ryzen
characters.
Ryzen Esports is an awesome name.
Wow,
Yeah.
Ryzen. I think it's French actually. It's pronounced esports. So
We were coming up with like, what was it, like esports names for like what WoW characters or like usernames.
yeah.
And I think Ferrisar came up with the best one, and it was Laundry. Just Laundry.
Perfect.
It's like you imagine a Korean pro Dota player.
Name Laundry. Yeah,
Laundry.
I like it. It's good.
My favorite one.
Good work, Ferrisar. Good at video games and naming things. Well, that's good. I'm excited for your new computer. You do that build right after this, which means right after that, you're going to play the hardest game that you can find.
Well, the plan is like wait for my significant other to return home, eat dinner, then do the stream.
I'm excited for you to finally be able to play that Warhammer game at 30
Oh my
FPS.
god, can you imagine?
As God intended.
Also, SSD means faster load times, which is just like, oh.
That's right.
So now you'll be bottlenecked not by loading the campaign map, but by the turn ending thing.
By waiting for the turn ending, yes.
God, it's like
'Cause
20 minutes.
Because I
every
cannot
time.
improve it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you at least are solving the problems that you can solve.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very good. Blue Jay, what have you been up to? Doing anything cool? Reading any cool books? Watching any cool TV shows?
I just finished reading I finished reading Gideon and then I finished reading Magic for Liars.
Mhm.
So I've read 2 cool books recently.
That's cool.
But I also yesterday finally finished my Macaria character journal. She was very upset about the end of the campaign. Can I just say?
Her and everybody on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I started.
Actually,
my
it makes sense that
November
Macaria would
character.
be a
She's
YouTube
definitely
shit poster.
a YouTube shit poster. Yeah. But I
my
started my
God.
November one. It's pretty cool. I keep accidentally writing M instead of N for her signature,
Mhm.
but it's fine.
In the Forgotten Realms, it's spelled MNOVEMBER.
Yeah. It's just spelled differently. It's super fun though.
Like
I'm
that
using,
Keanu Reeves movie, Johnny November.
I'm
Your
using my
handwriting.
I think it's a Twisby fountain pen. Which like I'm just a fucking
Of course,
nerd.
that's the name of a
It's-
fountain pen company. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, your handwriting is impeccable.
Thank you.
Like I saw that
I love
and
you,
the
Kenny.
teacher and me just like had
Oh,
heart
wait,
eyes.
I gotta show everybody. Here, I gotta turn down the light.
Yeah. Look at that fucking cursive bullshit. Like
Very
what?
nice.
See, if I were to try and write that same journal, it would look like a 8-year-old like tried to write it.
Well, I write a lot by hand. Like I said, I have 3 or 4 fountain pens, and then I have a dip ink quill pen. So like, I'm a really big nerd when it comes to.
I was gonna say,
handwriting.
so you're a huge nerd.
I would say, yeah,
I'm
full
a-
stop.
Real big nerd. I
Mhm.
also have the Pilot Metropolitan, and I have the Lamy Safari. So anyway, I'm gonna put these on Patreon. So if you want to see the difference between Macaria and November's journal entries, you can fucking do that later.
One of
It's-
them is homicidal. The other one is less homicidal.
I mean, it's D&D. Come on, we're
Yeah.
all
I
homicidal.
said less.
The
not,
baseline.
Not.
I wonder. So here's something. This is a piece of like information to go lore delving. And so far, chat, you've been very, very good at finding out the answers to my stupid questions about the Forgotten Realms. What are the murder statistics for Baldur's Gate Waterdeep. Like, what's the per capita murder rate? How
The
hardworking
murder statistics for Baldur's Gate.
Define as murder.
Right? Give me like a worldwide
If
per
the
capita
flaming
murder rate.
fist, if the flaming fist beats the shit out of you and you die, is that a murder?
Depends on who you ask, or like.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. But I'm just curious.
No,
I'm wondering
it's
if.
for sure not a murder when you just disappear and nobody ever hears.
Well, so
from you.
here's another question, right? So let's talk about murder statistics. And like PCs raise the level of per capita murders by a lot, right? Like you have to assume that on average, one person that commits less than one murder in their lifetime, right? So if you have like 1 million people and your murder rate is like kind of high, it means that like more and more of those millions of people are committing probably one murder in their lifetime. But if you look at an average player character over their lifespan, they've got to personally bring that murder rate like way up because you're killing like hundreds of people.
Also, counterpoint, Adam, counterpoint. All the people we are killing tend to attack us first, which means they probably attack other people first, which means that they are also horrible murderers. Well, killing them may statistically reduce the murder rate because they kill more than one person.
If they're at the beginning or the middle of their murder career, true. But the question I have though is, now we know for a fact that most of these NPCs don't do anything until they interact with a PC. So by that quality, an NPC attacking you is really more of a product of your PC aura of murder, making them want to murder you.
I just assumed we were in a situation where we were talking about it as if it were a world that existed, not a video game activation trigger
Well, except
zone.
no, we have to remember, we've had this conversation before. We have to look at the world of Dungeons and Dragons as being represented by the rule set of Dungeons and Dragons.
I really like an aura of murder. Can I have one? I'll worship Ball.
Unfortunately, that's not an ability that Ball can.
It really sucks.
I know
he grants it to his other guys.
Yeah, it's because you were a PC. You were part of a different kind of murderer.
Useless ass Ball.
Yeah, what is it? How do they organize serial killers? There's product killers. There's like missionary killers. PCs are the just for funds killers, I guess. But yes,
we have a goal.
You're dangerous.
Does like people being revived make any difference on like the murder? Like if you kill someone and then they're resurrected.
My God, it's such a good like The Wire meets D&D conversation, right? So you've got like the police commissioner talking to the mayor, and the mayor's like, you have to bring those murder rates down, commissioner. And the commissioner's like, but these 3 were brought back to life. They don't count. And the mayor's like, it still counts. They still got murdered.
Yeah, except
I don't think it doesn't undo. Wait, so is it not murder anymore if they come back to life because they're not dead, or is it the act of murdering them? Like if you kill somebody,
you can do it twice. You can definitely do it twice.
So can you be charged for the same? Can you be charged for murdering someone twice?
Double jeopardy.
I think it's attempted murder.
No, but hold on. So what if? All right, let's say this happens. So you kill somebody.
Wait, isn't I don't remember what the name of the law is.
Because part of
double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy.
Well, okay, you kill somebody. Here's the thing: you kill somebody, you get arrested, you are charged with first degree murder, intent to kill. You chose to kill him. You stalked him. You murdered them in the end. They put you in jail. Then, like whatever, down the line, they get resurrected. Do you change your sentencing because it was only attempted murder?
Here's the thing.
In which case, can you wait until somebody gets the death penalty to then resurrect someone and be like, well, it's too late?
I feel like in the Forgotten Realms, murder is only murder if you get rid of the body and all like if you can't be
so the murder rate is actually normal because the barrier for murder is much higher because the crime murder means
like you killed them and then you destroyed their body so they couldn't be resurrected.
Disintegrate.
Yeah,
that's a murder spell.
It is really hard to permanently kill someone.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. It's magic, you know.
The rich people can't be murdered because they can afford resurrections, but
poor people. But this is the thing I wonder, right? So, what level do you have to be able to cast the most basic spell that brings someone back to life?
What I like, just aside, not even that question, Adam, but just aside, what I really like about this question is we're talking about what will count as murder. We're about to fucking die, so it doesn't matter. We'll be dead. So
you gotta be 5th level for Revivify. I'm just wondering about how can you, as like a priest of let's say you're a priest of like Lathander or something, how do you live an ethical life knowing that you could be out there preventing people from dying or bringing people back to life, and not just do that your whole life, not just constantly just become a resurrection engine?
I mean, that's the thing. The short rest, like the long rest mechanic, they do probably like if you're a working priest of Lathander,
Material
like
costs.
part of your job
That's
is you
right.
like
You need
you do it,
diamonds.
you fix them up, and then you like go to sleep and you do it all again the next day.
I think chat hit on it. I think it's diamonds. It's the diamond market. So are like blood diamonds and like conflict over diamonds a thing because of resurrection spells?
What diamond in D&D is not a conflict diamond?
Yeah, right. I mean,
explain to me how that would happen.
You're getting aftermarket diamonds. They've already been mined and fought over and like brought up out of the earth. But like, why would you have? I guess you might wear a diamond. Maybe the thing is then giving someone a diamond ring means like, I love you and I'm giving you this so that if you die, they can just take you to a cleric and you've already got your diamond ring. They can just pop the diamond out of it and heal you. It would totally recontextualize diamonds as like as a thing. Weird fantasy. Weird. And this is the thing is like, I find this kind of stuff makes the setting way more interesting than like, I don't know.
Nobody
fiction.
gets the diamonds. They're all mine. Let's fucking kill these cultists.
Yeah, murder cultists.
Do we just do want to murder cultists? All right, let's
I want to kill them.
I'm a rat.
Okay, all right.
I can't help but want to kill them, okay?
You're a rat. Let's stop talking about murder and start doing murder. So, so here's where we are. It is nighttime in the lovely city of Baldur's Gate. The four of you have left the Low Lantern Tavern where you met with Amric Van Thamper, handsomest of the Van Thampers, most mustachioed.
Not difficult
of the Van Thampers, Mama's favorite boy, and you took out a loan from him. You got some information from the Middleist brother, and then you left. And on your way back, you noticed you're being followed. Yeah.
But what you said was that we were being followed. On November notice we were being followed.
Yep.
But the two different groups of two that have accosted us thus far were not the person following us.
That is correct.
Like at least one other person that I don't know where they are on this map.
I have strong hopes for who I want it to be and what I want them to be.
It's Drizzt and Elminster, and they're taking over the campaign. Go home, everybody.
I'm pretty sure I know what cloaked idiots are.
It's Artis Cimber.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys.
That's not what he sounded like.
I know.
Yeah.
That was my making fun of Artis Cimber voice.
That wasn't his voice. Artis is cool.
Artis isn't cool.
Artis is so cool. Dragon.
Artis is cool. He's got the ring of winter.
All right.
Still owes me a hat.
All right. There's only one way out of this situation, and it involves a rolling initiative. So let's begin with that very thing.
Rat.
Yes, roll your rat initiative, please.
I would like to point out,
a rat?
Yes.
As with our murder conversation,
that's
this is a situation where we would not have to kill these people if they did not accost us in the night. So
true.
I think they are the murderers, and we are self-defensors at this point.
Self-defensors.
Oh, good. My rat initiative is so low. Sorry, the rat sheet I had didn't have an initiative button on it.
It does. It just doesn't look like one.
Oh, okay. Well,
if one of these guys has a skull face, I'm out.
Okay. All right.
Does.
So, it is your cat's turn. Sosorovo. The first creature to act is Miffles. Magic Miffles.
Pass.
So just don't take a turn at all, or
yeah.
Okay.
Distant dodge action, I guess.
Yes, the dodge action. Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah, Miffles goes after the rat. All right. So
faster way to get Blue Jay back into uniform.
All right.
Can't attack though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I want to be able to surprise people by going from rat to not rat and then stabbing them.
Okay, you know that sound in MMOs when like stealth
noise?
When stealth creatures come out of stealth?
Yeah, cloaked idiots, I told you.
There's two of them. They appear out of the shadows, blades in hand, and better than balls in hand, I guess. And they attack you with their daggers. So the first attack, Sosorovo.
How dare you?
Melee attack with a dagger, gets a 22.
Wait, why?
I would like, can I use my reaction or are we surprised?
We're not surprised. We're on the initiative order.
Well, they have advantage and they're hidden, but you haven't gone yet. When do you get to start using your reaction?
That's a good question.
Because I think you have to have a turn first.
Yet.
Yeah, you have to go first.
That's fine. Because I have a reaction to impose disadvantage, but
yep.
Then
you'll be able to use it after you take care of it.
Fine. Sorry, Sosarova. I tried.
Sosarova, I rolled a 22.
Bryn makes that surprise noise.
They appear out of the shadows.
All right, I'll go stab.
You stabbed 6 points of damage.
It's pretty rude.
And then Bryn, for you, I got a 20.
That hits.
Which is a hit for 12 piercing damage.
Ow.
That's these double damage mother frickers again.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, they all get to go in a row. 17, 15, 11. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
So seeing that their ball-light companions have appeared from the shadows, the Fists of Bane draw their maces and rush in.
Not necrotic damage. That would...
If Sathra, I was just thinking they have longbows. Sathra, if you weren't standing here, this Fist of Bane would just shoot at Sosorovo to get the double damage from the Nightblade's aura. But you're right there, so he's gonna just rush towards you.
Yeah, because it's all piercing damage near them, which means that bows from other people.
That's right. Yep. Okay. So
murder them.
Level 3 player characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fist of Bane. So the first one runs up to Sathra.
Yep.
And takes a swing. Gets a 10, so you parry with ease. And then over here, another one rushes in and attacks Bryn. This time I get a 24 for 5 bludgeoning damage. And then back here.
Against me.
Yeah.
This necromite.
Oh yeah, these guys.
He's gonna move.
Heal myself.
And he will attempt to Claws of the Grave you. Now it's a ranged attack, and there's like a lot of... I'm going to give you some cover because there's all these other friends in the way. So you see this like rotting cloak, bearded old man come around the corner, and with his gnarled fingers, he wiggles at you. Necromantic glow comes upon his hands, and he like lunges out, and these 2 skeletal black hands, seemingly dripping with some kind of venom, lunge for your throat, attempting to strangulate you. So what's the first level of cover? +2 to armor class?
Yeah, it's +2.
Okay, all right. So here we go. Claws of the Grave. I got a 14. Ooh, you're lucky I didn't have advantage. All right, so they lunge for you, and you manage to move out of the way, get your shield up, and it scrabbles across your shield. And then up here, the same, but without the cover bonus. This necromite attacks Sathra.
Great.
Claws of the Grave, and gets a 17. It was a miss by 1. Too nimble by far to be grabbed by such bony hands. All right, Sathra, it is your turn. Let us begin the age of the player character. Also, what did you get for your rat initiative? I don't have it on the order, Blue Jay.
5.
I just want to.
I am going to do the only thing I think that will turn the tables and try and suggestion this motherfucker.
What are you going to suggest that he do?
I am going to suggest that he defend myself and my friends.
You're going to suggest that he has his loyalties confused, and
I'm going to suggest that he does exactly what you suggested I do when I was Ishi.
Yeah,
that's what I'm suggesting.
No, it's a great use of suggestion. Yeah, like no, you got it backwards, man. We're your friends.
We're your friends. They're your enemies.
They're your enemies. They're trying to kill us, man. What are you doing?
They're trying to kill us, man. So I just give them the old snake eyes.
All right, snake
eyes. So you need a 14. Let me just roll one of my other ones that's like the appropriate save.
Okay.
I don't even know if I have one that's the appropriate. Is it this one? Maybe this one. Yeah, DC 14 is the right.
All right. So the Fist of Bane, relying on his tactical discipline, will have advantage on this saving throw.
God damn it.
Let's see. Wisdom save. Here we go.
We can give him. We have those advantages. We can give him disadvantage.
I give him this.
Well, no, don't worry about it. I rolled it already. He got a 13. So
yes.
He blinks a couple of times and he's like, "What? Sorry." He turns around and he shouts at the necromite, "What are you doing? Leave them alone! These are my friends!" And the necromite back here is like, "Curses! Elric has turned on us!" And the Nightblades look up like, oh no. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I'm your friend and they're my friend. And he just starts shouting at them like, "You're confused, guys."
Okay, cool. So now I'm assuming if I move, I'm not threatened because this person is no longer.
That's right. Yes, he is an ally for the time.
So what I am going to do is move here because I feel like being close to Bryn is the good move here.
It's the good place to be. Yep.
I only have so many reactions.
I'm just saying.
Everyone just clusters around the paladin. Please save us.
And then I am going to bonus action hex the cloaked guy diagonal to me.
Okay.
Does it count as a spell to use your suggestion?
It's a natural ability. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a spell or not. That's a great
spell?
question. Oh, and I should put its concentration.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it is concentration. Okay, so I can't actually.
But it lasts like fucking 8 hours. But
I can't actually hex then because concentration is also hex, so I won't do that. I will be here, and that's it. That's the turn.
Yeah. So for the point of the suggestion spell, it's a reasonable suggestion in my mind. I'm allowing it because you didn't attack him. No one has attacked him. It is reasonable to say to this guy, like, especially with the magic fucking with his brain, to say to him like, no, you have it wrong. You're waiting here to ambush your enemies. We're not your enemies. We're your friends. Why are you attacking us, right? If you'd attacked him first, then he would have been like,
if I'd hit him in the face.
Yeah, but instead you're just like, no, dummy. Like, and so he's turned his attention. These guys like, no, stop. These are the wrong guys. And so it's causing chaos for him. So it's great. Bryn, it is your turn.
I have 3 people.
Yes, there are
Wanna hit one of them.
2 scary cloak boys and 1 angry
cloak.
Mace.
I'm gonna go scary
fella.
cloak boy near Sosorovo because Sosorovo is small and a wizard.
Okay.
And I am large and a paladin. I have this friend, and she takes her axe, and I'm going to hit them with my battle axe.
Get him.
We definitely have to alpha strike the ball cultists, otherwise we die.
Yeah, the Nightblades are the ones that are causing the double damage.
Well, you know what they say. In self-defense, always go for the ball.
So I assume 23 hits.
It definitely does.
I'll be real sad for 4 damage. And you know what?
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna divine smite them.
Yes.
You also have crits in the bank. I'm just throwing it out there. You do have crits.
Take the mighty hand of what, Torm? Torm is your god? Is Torm your god?
Yeah,
4 crits.
Helm.
Helm, right. Also a gauntlet. Take the mighty gauntlet of Helm and close it tightly around these ball worshippers.
Should I just
crush
spend
them
a
in
crit
your middle fingers?
and then
I
divine
think
smite?
If you're gonna spend a smite, you should spend the crit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you rolled, so it's too late for the crit.
Oh,
so,
that's fair. So then I won't
okay.
spend the divine smite this time.
Yeah, you can spend the crit before you roll to just be like, it's a crit.
But
Cool.
you have 4, by the way, Bryn. 4 crits.
Cool. Well, I
With
only have so
4
many divine
damage?
smite, so I will not divine smite them this time. I'll do that next turn. But I do smack them in the head for 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I think everything else I do requires. Is lay on hand? No, it's an action. All right. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. So Sorovo.
I cast magic missile.
Okay. Upon whom?
This same fellow whomst has been damaged.
This one over here?
No, this
No,
one.
Oh, that was the one you hit? Oh, okay. I misheard you. I'm going to change that up. There you go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yep.
One here, so Sorovo.
Magic missile.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew,
Wow,
pew.
it's a lot of missiles.
My goodness.
At 2nd level because alpha striking.
It's a 10 damage.
10 damage? All right. This cultist of Baal expires.
Yes.
Does
He
it
had
take all
less-
4?
I don't know. Let me
Because
see.
you said I could re-aim them.
Yeah, we should do them one at a time. Like they don't have to all be targeted, but yeah, if you're gonna do it that way, do it one at a time, and then I'll take the damage away.
Yeah,
So
my bad. I thought it.
the
asked me
third
what level
one,
it was
2, 4, 8. The third one killed him.
at. Okay, I'll put the other one into other cloaky boy for 2 damage.
Okay.
It appears at least they have a lot less.
I was gonna say at least these guys aren't Voss tough. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 tiers of cultists. These appear to be the bottom tier of cultists. They're really here for they were invited for their passive effect.
Yeah.
Okay. November, who is a rat?
Yeah, I'm a rat.
What are you gonna
I'm gonna
do?
move, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, there's still mans up there. Okay.
Yeah, there's the Necromite and the Bane guy, but Bane
his-
guy
his
is
fine.
currently controlled or suggested.
Yeah, I only saw him because my screen wasn't scrolled up high enough. Sorry. That's all.
Okay. I'm going to. How fast can a rat move? Like 20. I think it's 20 feet.
I think it is.
When I feel like the best bet is to change into November straight away. I was trying to hide. They ran toward the rest of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bonus action to change back into myself.
Okay.
Because I can't like get close enough to anybody to do a surprise attack. And then I was right there. And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20.
Hold on. Stop moving.
On?
Stop for a second. I have to add you to the. There you go. Okay, continue. Go where you were.
Okay, I was there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I get to here.
Yeah. You see the whole fracas, and then this necromite sees you coming and turns and snarls with broken teeth. There's another of them! As you coming up the.
He did a ranged attack, right?
He did. He still got his like spooky claw hands.
He's got spooky claw hands, but that was ranged. Okay, I'm gonna cast Moonbeam right centered on this point.
What's the actual name of the spell?
Moonbeam.
Okay. It's like it seems redundant that the spell is called Moonbeam.
No, it's Moonbeam. So it's
called Moon Tiara Magic.
It's a 5-foot radius centered on a point within range.
I think you mean Moon Prism Power.
The point would be in between these 4 squares.
Okay, I'm finding you a moonbeam. Oh, an animated moonbeam. Check it out.
Sick.
Well,
it's so glittery.
Yeah, it's a sparkly moonbeam.
I love it. It looks like snow falling.
I know nobody in chat can see it yet because there we go. Because it takes a hot minute to get mine going. Yeah, look, so moony.
It does
such
look
beams.
like snow falling. So it's a 5-foot radius centered on a point. So that would be these 4 squares.
So it's 2 by 2. Okay.
And not where I am.
Yeah, where do you want it? There.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
what is the spell? What does it look like? Is it like a beam of light that parts the clouds like a laser from space, or what?
It's a 40-foot high cylinder, and it's daytime right now, right?
Oh, so it's like the game from Reboot. It just it comes down and like because it has a top, right?
It has a top. Yeah. Yes. And I feel like it looks like it's a moonbeam for sure, but it has the particular like coloration of moonlight on snow, right? Yeah. Like
I'm gonna add this to my faves.
That's a good option. It's really glaring, and obviously radiant, because that's the type of damage it does. It does damage when they start their turn within it.
Okay. And is it a concentration or does it last a certain amount of time?
It's a concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay.
And then I'm also within attack of opportunity range of this fella in case he wants to move. I will definitely.
How long does it last?
A minute.
Okay, 1 minute, so 10 rounds. Okay.
Yeah, I will have my hand on my scimitar if he tries to get away from me.
Okay, all right. So, your Tressum, your familiar, Miffles, so is Rovo. What are they gonna do?
Access. It's going to go and harass he's underneath this guy, but he's over his head. He's gonna give the help action to
fight this guy.
Attacking.
Okay, there's a lot going on here. It's like a column of moonlight, and a flying cat comes in, and the Nightblade's flopping his cloak around. He's got his cloak all turned around. It's not going. And there's a paladin trying to stab him. This guy's probably rethinking his life, however short it might be. Okay, and that's it.
That's all we can do.
Okay, so from down here, all the way down here, November, you hear a door bang open, and someone comes outside into the light. There's a pool of light spilling from the doorway. They are a cloaked figure, a familiar cloaked figure. This is the person you saw following you.
This is the one. Okay.
So you see this dark cloak. The person reaches up and grabs the cloak and in bold anime introductory sequence fashion, throws it aside where it hovers for a moment in the air. So you recognize this person. You've seen them before. She is a warrior. She holds a longsword in one hand, and you can see a familiar looking sheath hanging from her hip.
Oh, it was the lady that we saw
that's
in
right.
the boat
I
tavern.
don't have any idea whom.
And I have concept art for her, but no actual like finished art. So here, take a look at the concept art.
I want to see.
There she is.
Oh, she's so badass. She has
There she is, along with some
4
abyssal
different heads.
along with some abyssal chickens, a hobgoblin, and a turtle, and then this salamander guy. So
I was wondering if she had abyssal chicken friends. But
she emerges from this little building that she was hiding in. So she comes out and throws her cloak aside, and she has her sword out, and she points there at the necromite, and she says, "You get your filthy hands off of them!" And she charges.
Oh my god, she's gonna save me. I'm in love with her.
She comes running up and takes a big old swing at this necromite with her sword.
Lucas will have thought, it is a lady saving me. I am in love.
That's all it takes.
The old man, because apparently all worshippers of Merkel are either old men or teenage girls, turns around with a hiss and throws his hands up, and there's like a flash of necrotic energy. She staggers back, takes a swing at him. He dodges out of the way, and she looks at you, November, and through like deep breaths while she's trying to fight this guy, she says, "Don't worry, milady, I've got this one." Swings her sword back at him. Meanwhile,
just forgotten about Bryn and the winking.
Yep, I forgot completely about it.
Meanwhile, up here,
Bryn, we can be best friends. It's fine.
Up here, oh my god, chat. So Merkel's cult is like My Little Pony fandom, all teenage girls and old men.
Perfect.
So the Nightblade
takes a DC 13 Constitution.
Has to make a saving throw. That's right.
Hopefully, is bad at it.
That moon
Can I
magic.
give him disadvantage?
You want to use one of your advantages?
I'm doing it. Fucking doing it.
All right. And it's what kind of save?
Constitution.
Con, right. So it's not avoiding it. Okay. He gets a 10.
Haha. He takes 15 radiant damage.
His turn begins, and by the power of the moon, he is evaporated.
By the light of the moon, and he was gone.
You will punish him.
Right.
His body is consumed by brilliant white and blue flame.
Right? Like he's just like, and his like robes light on fire. He's like, oh god, no. And like probably in this movie he'd run off. He'd do that stuntman on fire thing where he like runs off camera, like, but it's all white and blue, and then he falls over and just dies lying on the ground.
Nice.
There you go. So he doesn't get a turn. The Fist of Bane, however,
is not
immune. To try again.
Yeah, it gets to try again. Now he has advantage. So here's con save, because they have advantage on everything. He gets a 13, so he makes the save.
Barely. He takes half of 15 radiant damage.
Half of 15.
7. All right. Half of 15.
30.
That's a number.
Adam marked down 30.
Mark it 0. All right. So now he actually gets a turn. So hold on. I still need this to be in the way. He is going to
bring it.
Yeah, I think he just attacks. Yeah, he's going to attack you.
He's going to bring it.
He's going to get out of the horrible puddle of moonlight and step up here, and then he'll attack. Gets a 19.
Damn it.
You're like, it'd be like if Morpheus and Neo were fighting and Neo just punched Morpheus in the eye and he's like, ow! You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Jeez, Louie. Oh, no.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Are you dead?
I go unconscious.
Oh man, I love it.
See, that's why I forgot
and he
about
just
you
goons
winking.
you in the head with the mace. And like you know this guy's mace is like it's the shape of it's like a black fist on a stick, and he just whap hits you in the head with it, and then you down I go.
That sounds like an item that would be used for something.
He's one of those Saints Row Banites. And he hits you, and you fall to the ground, and he holds the mace over his head, and he's like, "Glory to Bane!" And he looks around, and there's no one else to be like the other fist of Bane is talking to this necromite, like, "Listen, everybody just put down your weapons, please." And he's like probably crying because his friends are killing each other. He's like, "No, you don't understand." It is the necromite's turn. So this necromite is going to, I think he's smart enough to know that this Banite is under some kind of problem. I'm gonna make a check for him to see if
That problem's name.
see if he knows how to fix it. Okay, he got 16. I'm gonna look at
Miffles is the solution.
suggestion. Miffles isn't really the problem. Sathra is the problem.
Yes, you get to break it.
On a failed save, produces a course of action. Basically, I just want to see if he needs to slap him in the face or whatever, if that'll fix it. Saving throw.
No, you have to attack the dude.
You or any of your companions damage the target, so it has to be.
You have to.
So he would attack you, Sathra. That's the thing.
He has to attack
he knows
me.
that he has to attack you to get rid of it. Okay. All right. So he does. Here come the claws of the grave for Sathra. Grabby hands. But I only got a 12.
Haha!
Yeah. So he just grabs wall. Sathra, it is your turn.
I could get Bryn back up, but I could also just hit this Bane guy.
Yes.
What do you think?
I mean, I have healing words, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, if you do that, then I can heal myself.
I
Better than a consumable.
I
Never use consumable.
hit this Bane guy with a longsword.
Okay.
It's not my packed weapon because it takes a turn to summon that, and it's not worth it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna freaking use my regular weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other enemies within? No, there aren't. So I can just hit him alongside him with a green flame blade. Hiya! 21
Nice. 21's a hit. Yep.
for 6 damage.
All right. Slash him for 6. He is
What I got?
not happy about it. Bryn, it is your turn.
I'm gonna roll.
Now you have an option. You could just use one of your crits and just have 1 hit point, or you could save it.
I'm kind of tempted to save it until I at least try to use RNG for my.
That's fair. That's fair.
Good.
There's your first RNG. There's a 1 on the old failed death saves. All right.
Don't roll a 1 next.
So your action this turn is to lay in the gutter, choking on your own blood. So Sorovo.
I cast Magic Missile again
Yeah.
at first level because I run out of second level spell
Magic
slots.
Miffles, do it.
Pew! On the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Is he dead?
He is not dead.
Pew!
Okay, now he's dead.
Sick deal.
Falls down on top of his friend. There's a significant pile of
No,
bodies
dude.
over here.
A sweet move, which I would show you if I wasn't sitting in chat, but it involves like getting your leg up, turning around, and shooting under your leg right behind you.
Awesome.
So the did you say they were somethings of Merkel?
Right.
Necromites.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a real word. Cool. Shoot.
Okay.
3 points of missile damage.
All right. Excellent. You want to move or anything? You're safe from any kind of interference here.
Yeah, I'm fine here.
All right.
This works.
November.
Okay, so with my bonus action, I'm going to healing word on Bryn, get her out of the gutter.
All right.
So you get 7 HP. And it's just like light snowflakes kissing your cheeks. It's like looking up at the sky as the snow starts falling. You suddenly feel a weird comforting feeling that's also cold. It's great.
But they're only platonic because she's already forgotten about.
Yeah, I've already forgotten.
I know, right?
It's platonic snowflakes. And then I'm going to use my action to move the moonbeam to this square.
When you bring people back from the dead, November, do they hear that Guns N' Roses song? No, November Rain, but Kiss from a Rose is also good. But
Kiss from a Rose is, I think, what happens.
God, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Stupid Guns N' Roses. All right.
I use my action to move the moonbeam, and when it enters the square, or what is it? It says
when it enters the square for a first time.
For the first time.
So not now. It'll be its turn.
No, because it's when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time.
He did not enter the spell's area.
Its turn there.
Right, he hasn't done either of those things.
So why?
He didn't enter the spell's area. The spell overlapped his area, and he hasn't started his turn.
When his turn starts.
That's
but
true.
That's what I do is I move it there.
The distinction being that if someone could move him during their turn before his, they could save him from getting blasted.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you use your action to move the beam.
Yes, and then I say to this woman who had a cool sword thing, I was like, I thought earlier that was you.
Yeah. So she's fighting with the necromite, and the necromite would have what's his weapon? He's got a mace, I think. Skull flail. So this crazy old man is just like like trying to smash her with a flail with a skull on the end. And she blocks with her sword. The flail wraps around. He tries to pull it out of her hand. And she looks over at you and she's like, a bit busy, milady. Like yanks her sword away, tries to attack him again. Like she's in full on melee combat with this guy. And then, your Akira laser satellite just like continues to move. There was an alt in HOTS that was like that. One of the Protoss ones.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
It's Artanis,
the
isn't it?
other guy. Yeah, it's Artanis.
Excellent. Okay. Cat.
Cat. Attack old man.
I like
Kill old man.
The cat just flies across the screen.
I've realized I've been putting it on people's squares.
But it's actually in front of them, yeah. Okay.
It does use a square as well, so I can use it for tactical positioning.
Oh my god, your cat is a 5 foot by 5 foot block of cat.
I think.
I think you're right. It's a small creature.
It's tiny.
Or is it tiny? Okay. I think it can occupy other people's spaces, but yeah.
I'll look it up in between turns.
Yep. Okay, and then just
and do the thing where
aid
people
against that guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
So meanwhile, mysterious stranger, she's gonna make another attack with her sword. She gets 21 this time. So
I would have been way more in love with her if she had 2 attacks per turn. Can I just say?
Wow. Did you just put that in your dating profile, asshole?
Yeah.
You have to
Must be at least level 5.
That's right. You
2
got to be
attacks
at
per turn
least
required.
6'5", and if you're not level 3, I don't even want to talk to you. Don't send me messages.
It's true though.
All right. You're level 3.
I'm not saying I'm not a hypocrite.
Okay, fair. All right, here we go. 2-handed longsword. 9 damage. All right, the necromite yelps in pain as the sword bites into his flesh. There are no more night blades. There is one fist of Bane, who is just neutralized right now. He's just not going to attack anybody. He doesn't know what to do. The necromite is going to attack Sathra again. Claws of the Grave. I got a 17 this time.
Miss.
Nice. And it is your turn, Sathra.
Wait, what about the other necromite? The one that I get to deal damage?
Oh, yeah, you want... Sorry, I skipped him because he only has 1 hit point. Let's see if he dies. Old man killed by moonbeams?
Yes.
A DC 13 con save for 10 damage.
Dead. Super dead. Extremely dead.
Okay, cool.
Just burns up like so much dusty old man and is dead.
Sick.
Excellent. All right. So, Sathra?
Muted.
I charge this necromite and then I hit him with a sword.
An excellent plan of attack.
20
Nice.
damage, or 20 attack.
Yep.
I get 12 damage. 12
Oof.
slashing damage.
All right, yeah, you stab him in the chest, you yank your sword out, blood follows. I think that's enough for this fist to be like, wait a second, you're killing all my friends. You know, like I think that this is enough for him to be like, wait a minute.
That is not what the spell says.
Well, but the thing is,
Whether you hurt him at all.
You suggested, this is the thing though, is you suggested that he don't attack you because you're his friend.
I suggested that he defend me and my friends. That is what I suggested. That was the word.
Yeah. This is the fucking thing about suggestion. It's
I know.
Like there's nothing to defend you from anymore.
I am totally cool. I
Yeah.
am totally cool with it breaking.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you suggestion revenge
I
because
understand.
I fucking hated it when it happened.
I know
to
it's
me.
the same. It's because the spell is badly written.
Yeah.
So yes, there's as soon as there's nothing to defend them from, the spell is over. So as long as this necromite is still alive, then you're good. But as soon as he's dead, then the Fist of Bane is back to
I was
normal.
just gonna send him away, but if he wants to die, that's cool by me too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Is that your turn, Sathra?
Yeah.
Okay. Bryn, your turn.
I mean, there's someone that needs to be hit, so I think I can make it. Actually,
You gotta spend half your movement to get up.
Yeah, I can't make it, so I'm gonna heal myself.
Okay. Yeah, because it would be. Let me see.
So yeah, because I won't be able.
Oh no,
to
you can get up and make it over there.
Yeah.
If you want to get
do
to
we
this
wanna
guy,
hit him
over the head with a chair or whatever. You want a heel turn on this guy?
Sure. I don't know if Bryn knows what's going on, so
I don't. Yeah, I mean he's dressed like a scary cultist of Bane, so.
So she'll hit him.
Guy.
Unfortunately, I can't heal myself as a bonus action, so I'm just gonna go in for the attack.
Yeah, and for folks in chat who are saying that the fist should have or could have defended Sathra, he was just defending her with his words, not with his weapons. He was trying to convince his friends to stop fighting each other.
17.
And now he gets an axe in the back. No, you missed though. You hit him, but his armor is enough to defend him.
17?
Yeah,
Jeez,
he's got an 18.
All right.
They're wearing
I'd like to point out that does not technically end this.
chainmail and a shield. Yeah,
Didn't
you have
take
to
any
do damage.
damage.
So you swing at him and maybe you just miss, like just whiff his back.
Yeah, he's totally looking the other way.
You're like lining it up on his head like for a perfect strike, and then he just ducks or something.
Yeah, right. He takes half a step forward and he doesn't even notice you. Just like boom, the axe just buzzes right past his back. Perfect. So Sorovo?
Yep. Pausing my rules looking because it's not written out super clearly. You've used the advantage for the attack on the necromite already, Ralph.
What?
Yes.
No?
You attacked
What?
the necromite.
Yeah, you
Yes.
attack the necromite. Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Do I think we'll get to rest after this fight? Conserve spells. Yeah, I'll just cantrip him.
Okay.
I will use Chill Touch on the necromite of
This guy up here. Okay. Yeah, do it.
I miss.
Okay. All right. There's a lot going on up here, so yeah.
It's a busy time.
Trying to grab him.
Busy time.
And then November.
Do I want to move anywhere?
Oh yeah, you can go ahead. You can move. There's nobody threatening you.
I'm gonna go and look over at what this thing is that's come from the sky. I'm like, what's this business? What are you up to?
Yeah, there's a horrific beam of moon energy blasting the floor over here.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're asking me.
No, I'm just looking for now.
And your cat is going to continue hassling the necromite?
Yes, please.
All right. So our brave warrior down here, she does one of these. She's like, excuse me. Like,
Oh, I could.
rushes past and
Wait. Which direction does she go?
Up
Does
there.
she? Oh, she goes through my square.
Yeah, she like jukes around you and so
I'm
she
just
runs
glad
up
that
beside
she runs up
beside you, Bryn, and she nods grimly at you. She's got her sword in both hands, and she says, "Never fear, help is here." And like grits her teeth, like, yeah, let's get this guy who doesn't know we're gonna attack him. The Fist of Bane, I think now that you're all like tangled up, he's gonna take a step forward. And he's going to try to restrain the Necromite, who is shrieking like, "You've been ensorcelled, you idiot, let me go." And he's like, no.
Is this going to help him grab him?
No.
Let's go.
Stuart, stop attacking these people. They're not our enemies.
Gives them advantage.
Yes, Miffles gives him advantage. He's going to suplex this old man. Here we go. He gets a 15. The Necromite is going to attempt to resist, I guess. So let's see here. Let's see who wins. The Necromite pulls away from him. Chunks of rotting robe come away in the Fist of Bane's hand. He's like, let go of me. And like,
freaking wiry old man.
Yeah, right? I imagine he's like a bunch of brooms taped together in a bag. All right. So the Necromite, now that he's in melee range, he will draw and attack with his Skull Flail on Sathra. He gets an 18. Oh my god, he hits you.
And he does indeed hit me.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and I will make my concentration
Kaboom.
check. Oops, there we go. And then con check.
Yeah.
Is there a button for concentration check? Or
It's just a con save, right? Constitution save?
This is a con save?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, I am good.
Okay. All right. It is your turn then, Sathra.
I smack the old man with a sword.
Good. An excellent choice.
That is traditional maneuver. 18.
Hell yeah.
Hit him. 10 damage.
He is an old man no more.
Good. Cut his stupid old man head off.
Perfect. Just whoosh, his head just flies up in the air. The Fist of Bane screams with a deep sense of loss and rage. And he looks.
I then step over on top of the old man's corpse and just look at the Fist of Bane and go, "Run!"
As the spell wears off, he looks around, sees that he is outnumbered dramatically, and on his turn will make a roll to see if he decides to run away or not.
If he runs away, it's a win for me. Praise to end our nightmares forever.
That's true. Bryn, it's your turn.
I think she saw the Sathra like run, yell, and so she could just like move up to threaten him, but still let him run. If he attacks, then I'm gonna have a held action to hit him.
Okay.
But if he runs, then he can run.
So if he attacks, you want to take a swing on him first. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Sorovo?
I guess she's gonna stand slightly closer to Sathra in case
Yeah,
he
that's okay,
attacks
too.
Sathra. I forgot that the cat does not take a full square.
Correct.
Yeah, we're just working that out. Still, we'll talk about it. Oh yes, great idea. Capture one of them and find out who they're working for, because I mean it might be somebody else. Great. Just and I take my rope and I like chuck it over towards them, and then I go back to looking at this. I was like, so this like you can control it, you can move it around.
This wall of force.
I put my hand really close to it. And just,
I wouldn't touch it if I were you. I mean, you could probably touch it if you wanted to, but it would hurt. I can't really control who it.
Start like dragging the corpse, like to move it inside. Just
what if
kicking
I just
him in.
throw it in there?
So there's still a person up here.
Yes, there is a
Or
Fist
there's
of
this
Bane
guy.
who has not decided what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Probably die, I'm gonna guess. So I can move it. Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, if someone's on the other side of that wall.
You're like, everybody get out of the way, and then this thing just rips down the street.
It's like the Hammer of Dawn. It's just like
Yeah, right.
Is this a building here?
What are you pointing at?
This is a building.
Yeah, it's a
right?
building. There's an entrance to that building over here. There's a door there.
Did we pass it?
Yes, you passed the door.
Do I remember what kind of building it is? Is it like a house?
It's just a building.
It's just a building.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to take a
can-
chance that there's someone on the other side that might get damaged by the.
You can move it freely, right? Because they have to start their turn there. So
Yeah, you can just rip it through people. It doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, like it kind of goes
Okay,
in
so like if
low
someone.
power mode. And then-
Hence, right, this is the advantage to it starting on the turn. It can just go right through people and not hurt them. You can put it
I'm
here.
not concerned about damaging my party. I'm concerned about someone being inside the building and not knowing what's happening and then.
Oh,
getting-
you can't hit him through the building. It'll hit the roof, not
Okay.
inside. Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine. I'm gonna have it be on this.
Yeah,
square.
unfortunately, here's the thing. The moonbeam, it doesn't stop when it hits the ground. It goes all the way through the earth. And on the other side of the earth, there was an orphanage.
No.
So,
Fuck you. It's only 40
unfortunately, on the
No,
other
shut
side
up.
of the planet,
No,
you've just
shut up.
killed a bunch of orphans.
No, shut up.
Yeah,
It's only a
yeah,
40-foot
sorry.
cylinder. You are wrong. Move it to this square and
I don't know. I read on
I
Jeremy
will-
Crawford's
I
Twitter
will
account that I'm
exit
never
this-
wrong, and
I will exit
can't
this Zoom
be,
call
so.
and then you'll have to redo the overlay, okay? You'll
Look at the show,
fucking do it.
You're not
the
on it.
real threat.
Yeah, that's right. I'll ruin your
Move
production.
the
All right,
moonbeam.
go. You want to hear?
I want it on this square so it
Okay.
doesn't hit. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh, I just end up right there. Weird. I just end up right next to
What's
this
up,
lady.
concept art?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just decided to capture. Well, I guess I'll see it in action again. Never mind.
Okay, the cat.
It's gonna aid. I don't know.
Right, so it's just gonna like attack the face of the Fist of Bane.
No, it's like Nipples, return to me.
Okay. You summon Miffles back, flies into the hat.
I need to put like a flap in it so I can just be like, whoop.
So this woman turns to see you, and she puts a hand up. She says, "Stay at a safe distance, milady. These Baneites, they're bad news." And then leaps into the fray, with her sword, and attacks this nerd.
I mean, I think I'm
Is
at
no one gonna
There
listen
is
to
a
me?
moment of annoyance from Sathra, like, damn it, he's gonna die. He's not gonna remember this forever. He's gonna be dead.
So 2-hand swing. The Fist of Bane blocks with the hammer, and then now needs to make a bunch of saving throws. So the moon, vroom, like a UFO abduction beam, comes down, pours down upon him, and he looks up, and his skin starts to burn with the moonlight and that sick moon tan.
That's a lot of damage.
He gets a
It's DC
17.
13. Okay, well, he takes half of 16 damage, so 8
Takes
damage.
8. And then I'm going to make a wisdom save for him. A morale check here. He gets 3. He runs for it. All right. So here he goes. I guess he wouldn't run towards Cicero. He runs off this way. So let's see if he survives the barrage of opportunity attacks. There are 3 of them if you'd like to attack him.
Abstain.
All right. Your 2-handed sword-wielding friend takes a swing.
Knock him out.
She deals 7 damage. He is not dead yet. Bryn, do you want to attack of opportunity?
Did he run?
You did. Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean she's gonna let him go. That was the agreement.
Yep.
If he runs, he can run.
All right. So he runs off map, right? He's just running in the streets.
Tell your friends!
No, don't tell this. What are you all doing?
It was an intelligence snafu. Don't worry about it. All right. So you let him get away.
Yep.
Let's plan.
I
This is a question for the whole group, right? You want to, because he's still in magic missile range, so Soro, you can see him running
Yeah,
down the street.
it's like
So you were sorry, Sathra was letting him go so that he would be haunted by Dendar forever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bryn
that's the
doesn't
plan.
understand like Sathra's reasoning, but like Sathra decided like Bryn is not a wanted murder person, so it's like, oh, if he runs, he runs. Like he's not attacking.
I feel like I'm not gonna go after him, but I'm also
Moonbeam just
He's just running like, make it stop as the beam chases him home.
I mean,
he just
the
runs
beam-
into the house. The beam is just in front of his door. Like, oh God, his wife's like, honey, what's wrong? And he's like, the moon's chasing me. God damn it, Vanessa. The moon's trying to kill me. And she's like, okay, honey, kids, we're going to grandma's.
I'm not there yet. But I'm also that man tried to kill. Did
So
he?
is nobody is gonna try to, like, no one makes like a missile
so
attack?
Sorova's doing a magic
Yeah,
missile.
so Sorova, are you gonna magic missile him or no?
That's totally fine.
Please do.
Like, why are we not quickly? He's escaping. Why are we leaving him?
It's your turn. Do you magic missile him?
Yeah.
You're allowed to talk in between turns.
Oh.
That's the point.
Bryn is like, he has chosen to flee.
Oh. Ah.
Why? All right, good.
It's like, he has surrendered and fled. I will not kill him or pursue him.
We all thought
But if we meet again,
we all thought that Sosorovo was Vivi from Final Fantasy, but it turns out they're actually the guy with the big mustache from the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yosemite Sam.
That's right, Yosemite Sam. He's
True.
like, listen, big hat, mustache, guns.
It's
All right.
Yep.
So, your new friend, when she looks around and nobody like does anything, Rhea turns to you, Bryn, and do you have a free hand, or you have a shield and a weapon, right?
yeah.
Okay. So she looks at
I
you
have 2 free hands if she wants to touch me.
the other way around. So she looks at you and she's like, "Milady," and hands you her sword, and then gets out a crossbow.
Fuck yeah.
Sticks her tongue out, closes
He
one
surrendered.
Sathra is not looking. She's watching him run, going like, yes. So I'm gonna give her the chance to take the shot if she wants
eye. All
to.
right, let's see how it goes.
Cross
Poing.
my fingers.
She misses. So it
Aw.
fires, goes past him, lands in an alley, and she looks at her crossbow and she's like, damn it. Well, and this is the thing. She turns back to the group. She's like, well, it looks like one of them got away.
Yeah, weird that.
Yes, he surrendered.
Well, the important thing is that we tried, and that's one evildoer who's going to remember their encounter with us.
Yeah, I thought you're like a cop.
And she turns and looks down at you.
No, not you.
At no
big lady.
point did that particular individual attack any of us. We gave him an opportunity to turn his life around or kill him later.
It's like
No, it's fine.
accessories to murder.
We're doing milestone XP. Don't worry about it.
We can let him go. Only for now,
Yeah.
maybe. So
Oh,
like
to track
holding
him
too
back
many
to his
weapons.
lair. I get it. Sorry, I wasn't on the right page. Quick, let's get after him.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
What
and-
purpose would we have in capturing him?
No. We have to find out where all these Baneites and Balites and Merkelites are coming
That's
from.
literally
Yes, that's
what
right.
we were
So we
tasked
can-
to do.
And she jumps in when you said it, and she's like, that's right. So we can burn it down with all of them inside. It's the only right thing to do.
I like her.
I mean, I would use a different element, but I mean, sure. I dismiss the moonbeam.
Okay.
Don't worry. Take Miffles with you. I'll be catching up, but I only got little legs. Right, let's start going.
Yeah, do you want to try to chase the Fist of Bane?
I mean, that seems like a good plan. I'll
I'm
do a
for it,
survival
I
check to
guess.
track him.
Yeah, let's get him.
Yeah, I feel like we should go more sneaky because if he knows he's being chased, he may not. Bryn would be like, perhaps we
So
should
there's two
follow him
options.
surreptitiously.
He's still, I mean, he's just barely still in view, like running down the street. You can either give chase and make an athletics check and like boot after him, or you can stealthily track him.
I mean,
through the
I'm
streets
definitely
of
more
Baldur's
effective.
Gate.
I'm definitely more effective at booting after him. I'm just telling you right now.
Miffles can track
Alright.
him because Miffles moves faster, is also a tiny creature, and can fly.
Yeah, Miffles
So
might.
innately
The thing
be
about that
stealthy.
is that Miffles might lose track of him, right? Like he's not going to run down the middle of the street forever. He'll duck into an alley or whatever.
No, but Miffles has keen smell, so would be looking by smell and from above because it can fly.
Yeah,
If you wanna
generally
make-
above
wanna
his
make a
sight
check,
and then
then.
thing. But yeah, you can. It would be a perception check, right? He'd run for a while, then he'd try to hide.
Absolutely.
It's
Very well.
definitely-
So we capture him and find out where he's coming from.
It's definitely
then-
more my
yes.
wheelhouse to use the environment and like footsteps and stuff to track him. But if someone just wants to like heel toe boot after him, that's like
We can always 50-50 it because like Bryn's not going to be able to track him. So if me and Sathra go after him, then the two of you can try and track him if we fail.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I
Send
like
me.
turn to you, Bryn. You're like, we'll take the lead, and then like boot off.
Okay. All right. So you run off after him. You giving him a bit of a head start. So let's see.
Yeah,
So Sorova, you sent your cat after him right away to keep an eye on him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll do a couple of things. Let's start with Sathra and Bryn. Make an athletics check to see if you can just flat out catch up with him before he gets a chance to try to hide.
I'm relatively. We'll see how this goes. 13. Not my best.
you're both doing it, so it should have been at advantage.
No. They're doing it separately. This is not a shared test. This is whoever gets it might, like, if one of you beats him and the other doesn't. Okay, Fist of Bane, athletics is just strength for
Probably
this nerd.
advantage. Everything is.
No, he doesn't have advantage. It's not combat. If you were fighting somebody, you'd have advantage. Okay, so you get a 13. So you chase him down, but you haven't cornered him. You're just fast enough that you could try to tackle him or something.
We're just like keeping on him.
Yeah, I mean, you have a chance, right? Because you beat him. That gives you an opportunity to try to like throw him to the ground.
I think Bryn is under the impression we're going to try and get the information out of him now.
Yeah, all right.
So
Yeah.
she's going to try and grapple him.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So same thing. Another athletics check from Bryn.
Do you want us both to do it, or can I help Bryn?
You technically, yeah, you're both. You could help this time because if you both
Okay,
run up and just
all right, cool.
jump on him.
So I roll with advantage.
Yeah, let me roll first. Number to beat is 9.
18.
All right. Yeah. So
Double.
You chase him a couple of blocks. He goes to turn into an alley. You slam into him from the side, throw him to the ground, and pin him down. And so Sorovo, your familiar, watches all of this from above.
Gonna hold him and like just be like, tell us where your base is.
I just hold up my hand like, Bryn, please, Bryn, let me.
Yeah, and he's like snarling and like trying to get away and
Fine. She's just gonna just like make it harder.
yank him up off the ground. Okay.
She's tall.
You have 2 choices here. Those choices are live another day or die right here in this alley. Choice number 1 comes with telling us everything you know about anyone you are working for higher up in the chain of your organization and where we might find your friends. If you tell us, I'll let you disappear into the night, never to be seen again.
Make an intimidation check.
Can I assist her?
Oh, yeah,
by adding to that and like as I'm just like sort of push him to the wall and like hold him like she's cop styling this and then just be like,
grab him by the wrist and then make him slap himself in the face over and over while shouting, "Stop hitting yourself."
Yeah. And then she
like,
shoves his
weave
head in the
his
toilet and
pocket.
flushes it.
Reach
And
down,
if we ever see you again,
grab his underwear, yank it up as hard as you can, pull his
that
jersey
will be
over
the
his
last
head.
day you live.
He's
All right.
he's suitably in an
21.
opportunity to be intimidated. There it is. So he
My words alone would not have done it, but the brute force of Bryn.
that's right, Bryn shaking
Bryn
him.
is tall and intimidating.
Shaking him like a baby nobody wanted. So he he says, he's like, enough, let me go. I'll tell you everything.
That isn't part of the agreement. You talk, then I let you go.
Yeah. So he's like,
He takes his lunch money.
yeah, right. Oh, I was gonna buy a ham sandwich with that money. He says, all right. I'll tell you what you want to know. I fell in with the cult some months ago. I came up here to seek work. I'm from out east, farm. My mom and my dad, they had this farm, and we had
Very
potatoes.
interesting,
And
very sympathetic. All of that is, and she like as he talks, she loosens up a little bit,
yeah,
to, like make it less painful, and like but get to the part we actually care about.
Let's not make this that I care about you. I care about who you're working for. You could be no one for all I care.
And he looks up and he says, well, you want to know who I work for?
Yeah, that was literally the question.
Other than Bane.
And he's like, well, that was going to be my answer. But
who is your organization reporting to? And more importantly, where?
Well, all right. Well, we're not supposed to tell anybody this, but
this is a very not supposed to kind of conversation.
We operate out of the there's a catacomb, and it's hidden in the basement behind a secret door, and the secret door it's in a bathhouse. It's just a couple of blocks up that way. It's very well hidden.
It sounds very familiar.
Or it was until you and those other dragon worshipping goons came in and took all our treasure.
And you still use that as a base? You haven't moved?
Well, that was like a couple hours ago, all right? Moving takes time.
Again, I already know this.
Oh.
I need something more, substantial. I need a name or another location where your ilk hangs around.
I mean, he's like, I don't. If there's another clubhouse or whatever, I don't know where it is. We just go to the bath and go down into the basement.
Who gives you your orders? How do you know to go after us?
The mightiest among us is a man broad of shoulder and tall. You'll know him by his helm shaped like a bucket. He wears it everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen him without it.
God fucking damn it!
I think we
Tell
might
me, Philomberman Vamper, God fucking damn it!
Seen anyone else down there?
Yes. Yeah, a man almost as tall as our bucket-headed leader. Half his face horribly burned. He was important. I saw him coming and going sometimes into the central chamber, and we had a vision from the black tyrant who sitteth upon his throne of obsidian in the deepest pits of hell, whose crushing fist.
You are clearly not important enough to have a vision.
Well, I have visions and stuff sometimes. The other day, I was sitting in the tavern. I was having a beer with Stuart.
I summoned my packed longsword.
Wiggle him around. Come on!
Out of thin air, I summon a sword and I go, "You're not important enough to be getting messages from your god. Tell me who told you to do this."
And he just is like, I swear it's true.
Bryn sort of sighs and looks at Sathra and then looks at him like, I suggest you go make new life choices because if we see you again.
Wait. So Sarova will be coming with the mind.
Yeah, so you look back up the street and you see your new friend, Joss, running up to you. And she looks and she, a little out of breath, she looks at the cultist and she's like, you see, evil has no place to run, even in a city such as this. No, it doesn't sound good. Thanks, Harry. And she's got her sword in her hand and she points it at him. She's like, the time to meet justice is now. And she looks at you, Bryn, and she's like, drive this evildoer to his knees so that I might behead him.
He is an idiot. He has wasted his life, and we should give him another opportunity to change it.
And she looks at you and shakes her head. No, that's not how it works. Evil, through and through. Worshippers of gods like that. Foul creatures. As bad as any dragon or undead. He's made his choices, and he'll be judged for it in the afterlife.
Exactly, so we shouldn't judge him now.
But who are we if not divine servants of the gods?
She looks, is this a paladin off?
I think so. She rolls up her sleeve and she's got a big LG tattooed on her arm. She flexes it at me.
It's like help. I am not here to dispense justice, but to protect those in need of it.
She squints at you. I need to check. She worships.
I'm just standing here hearing all this like evildoers must be punished shit. Like
Yeah, like
Warlock Longsword
Bryn isn't
in my
about
hand.
punishing evil. She's 100% like, you deserve another opportunity to do better with your life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the justice system of the world of Dungeons and Dragons is not rehabilitative. It's punitive. So
totally.
So that's
right.
Let me see what I know what her alignment is, but I'm gonna check and see how she would argue this.
Just cast detect alignment on him. We'll know.
I don't have that prepared.
What is heart?
There's no clerics in this party.
Lawful portion of her god.
So
But it's real on board with the good part. It's fine. It's fine.
What if we just bring him to the city guard or the Flaming Fist or something?
No, she knows that they're bad. Bryn knows that taking someone to the Flaming Fist does not help them.
All right. She doesn't have a stated religion, but she's lawful good. She probably worships like Tyr, Torm, and Helm all kind of evenly. But yes, it's a paladin off where she looks at you and she's like, this person has committed a deep crime, a soul blackening crime. And now justice must be meted out. If you let him loose, what lesson will he have learned? What lesson are you teaching the people of Baldur's Gate? And she points, and you've got like a bit of a crowd, right? Some filthy peasants have come to stop and stand in the rain and watch this guy get his ass kicked and maybe see a beheading. And so she gestures at them and she's like, what lesson do they learn? That evil is allowed to run free? That is how you get corruption, my tall friend. That's how you get places like Baldur's Gate.
There are plenty of good people that have turned to evil.
In the crowd, someone is like, cut off his head!
Shut up!
Sorry!
I will let this person leave.
She
but
looks...
First, we have information to get from them.
The woman looks at you, Sathra, and she says, surely you can't simply let this dark shadow, this human stain, run around the streets of the city. That can't be how justice works in Baldur's Gate.
Here's the point, new friend. We're not here for the little shadows, the tiny specters. We're here for the bigger ones, the larger darkness. And if all the smaller darkness gets its head cut off, then we're never going to find them.
And she turns and she says, you there, miscreant. And he looks up, he's like, my name's Todd. And she says, have you told us everything you know? And he nods like, yes, of course I have. She turns to you and she's like, you see, you've wrung him out like a sponge. And she goes to she turns on him all right, here we go. Let's do it. Come on.
I step in front of her, hold my hand up. We are waiting for the wizard. The wizard will make sure. And then afterwards, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. If you want to cut his head off, if you want to fry him in oil, if you want to dip him in the lake and then dunk him upside down in a
Sathra.
Whatever it is you please. But the wizard gets the first look.
And so as soon as you finish that sentence, that's when Sosurova runs up. And we see the wonderful Wizard of Alm. I love it. So Sosurova, you toddle up and you see this situation. You push your way through the crowd that's now gathered. I think you overhear someone is like, you hear a conversation between two of them, and one of them is like, you think they're gonna cut his head off? And the other one's like, I don't know. Do you think we should call the Flaming Fist? They're like, well, if you call the Flaming Fist, they're definitely not going to cut his head off. He's like, oh, all right. I won't say anything. And so Sosurova, you push through these people and you see what's going on. November, I assume you're with Sosurova.
Yeah, or like with a lady, but Jeff probably with Sosurova.
I mean, you're nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder, I mean, the people who this man represents tried to and effectively did nearly kill us many, many, many times. Personally, I think it unwise to give him another chance at my back.
Like I said, doesn't matter after wizard.
Oh, did I miss the philosophy club?
All manual interrogation techniques have proved useless. I need something more useful.
Can you hold him here for an hour? Run out of spells.
Oh,
Don't
your
tell
mind
him.
reading thing isn't like a cantrip?
No.
No, it's a second level spell.
Yeah, it's a powerful spell. Yeah, detect thoughts is a big deal.
Yeah, I've run out of magic.
It's weird that
You just kill him.
detect thoughts is a second level spell, but you can start with a familiar that can see things that are invisible.
I could pretend to read his mind if you want. I can read his future. I've got my tarot cards on there.
Weird, every card is death. Sorry, man.
I was going to say, I have a feeling his future is going to be short-lived.
I'm sorry, there's no cards in this deck. Strange.
All right, manual techniques it is. I look over at Bryn and
I don't think he knows anything.
And Todd nods and he's like, "That's right. I don't."
I ask him the same questions again, basically, and look at Bryn and say, "Make your best judgment."
Yeah. So he's like, I told you everything. I fell in with the Cult of the Dead 3 when I moved here from the country and I couldn't get a job.
If I let you go, what do you do?
And he says, it's like, I want to tell you that I'm going to turn my life around. I want to tell you I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to go back to my wife and my kids. I'm going to go back to mom and dad's farm.
I fucking insight check this lying son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's why I was like, she's going to, I would do this.
The thing is
you go.
You got a 21 on your intimidation check. So he's told you everything he knows.
Oh yeah, no, I suspect he does. Like this is Bryn cares about.
Yeah. Make an insight check.
She doesn't care about his information anymore. Are you helping? Can I get help?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I think I can help you.
16.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he says,
what is he gonna do with this?
He's like, I wanna tell you I'm gonna turn it around, but I think your friend with the sword might be right. I think I got the corruption. I think I might just be irredeemable. So I don't.
I look at Bryn and I go, cool, let him go, and then gesture to the paladin.
Yeah, and she's looking at him like, wait a second, that's not the answer I wanted.
Yeah. In which case, Bryn is like, yeah, you really are useless to them. I suggest you leave Baldur's Gate and try something new with your life.
Just
you have an opportunity. You don't get many of those.
Come over here. Give me your head. Give me a little. Here we go. Let me just.
Okay, so Bryn, you shove him to his knees so that Sosorovo can get at him.
What is Sosorovo trying to do?
Sosorovo's doing a magic trick. He's pretending to read his mind.
No, I think Bryn drops him, shoves him away, and then tells him use this opportunity. We see you again, you will die.
Make a religion check.
Religion?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at religion, by the way.
I mean, make a or I guess in this case it could be performance because it's a religious performance. You're trying to tell him to turn his life around.
Yeah.
So it's it's religion based, but so maybe religion. It's not persuasion, it's suasion, right? There's a flavor for it. But
my God.
Yes, you can make a persuasion check. I think that's fine too. I just think that your religion ability would have something to do with it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Paladins are charismatic.
We can split the difference. Just roll religion with charisma instead of intelligence.
Okay.
I would like to try and be giving assistance by pretending that I'm pulling the demons out of his head.
Perfect. Good. Yes. So you have advantage because Sosorovo is I'll just psychic
just
surgery you.
21.
Yeah. So he takes a few steps away and he turns around. And as the rain comes down, his greasy hair in his face, he looks at you and he
Her
says,
halo glows ever so
slightly.
Says,
I've seen a lot of things since I came here to Baldur's Gate, but until today, mercy was not one of them. He gives you a long look and he says, I will try to do better. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
I don't want to have to kill you next time.
I've played Macaria for way too long. I want to kill that guy so bad.
So he turns around and he like somberly pulls his cloak around the shoulders and he pushes through the crowd like, excuse me, I have some thinking to do. And he pushes through the crowd. You all see like at least a half dozen people like look at each other and then follow him. It's Baldur's Gate. The guy's got like 2 hit points.
Right. Bryn yells like, don't, just give him a chance, you Luddites.
Count to 20 first. Come on.
like literally, and these guys don't even know each other. They're all just like, they're gonna run as soon as he gets far enough away. They're all gonna run to try to like mob him together. But yeah, so you showed him, and I think the scene, the camera turns so that we don't really see the crowd. We don't see that. We just see like the wall of the building next to you and the group of you assembled, and your new friend looks at you, and she smiles and she says, I knew I had the right thing in mind in following you out of that tavern.
So Bryn ignores her for a moment and turns to Sathra. Sathra, it is so much easier if you don't keep them alive after a fight. If they're all dead, we don't have to keep going through this whole do I change their life around thing.
I can't believe that you did the whole like debate club thing without me. I thought you knew I was on the team in Wizard College and like...
It's not my fault that your legs are short and you can't keep up.
Yeah, that's why I sent the cat.
The cat can't speak. Look.
That's a good point. Maybe we can change that. It's like hold miffles, and it's like
you allow a predator to escape your grasp, it will come back after you. They don't know any better.
I don't think he's smart enough to be considered a predator.
I would say differently, considering the amount of wounds he and his like gave to us.
You say that now, Lauren, but later when he has his invisibility suit and his disc launcher and his shoulder-mounted laser cannon, then you'll know what's up. Yeah, so the group of you are like just standing out in the rain, and your new friend is kind of just watching this conversation like, wow, none of this bothered any of you at all, huh? You're all so brave and cool. And I think since we're due a break, I think we'll fade to break there.
That's right. We are so brave and cool.
She really is looking at you like, wow, this is great. Everything's coming up roses. My quest is back on track. And we will find out more about her and her quest and whether or not her quest is indeed back on track when we get back from our break. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Descent into Avernus. Don't go anywhere.
This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. You have defeated some cultists. You have redeemed a cultist. And if that guy survives tonight, he's going to wake up tomorrow in his filthy bed, a changed man. We'll see how that goes.
This reminds me of the Obi-Wan Kenobi. You want to go home and rethink your life.
That scene was so bad, it still hurts. And I only saw it when the movie came out. I can still feel how bad that movie was. Anyway, so it is time to meet your new friend. So when we cut back, is it to the same place or have you gone somewhere? Like, where were you going before all of this kerfuffle occurred?
We're going back to
Like our rooms,
rest.
right?
Yes. Okay. So you were on your way back to
Was it the Master Magpie that we were
Maston Magpie? Yeah.
Which for some reason we're staying at, even though it's like a dark side inn, and it smells terrible.
I mean, that's the lower city of Baldur's Gate. So,
It's true.
all right. So you're you will let's cut to the tap house of the Maston Magpie then. So we see this tavern. It's pretty quiet. There's maybe a few patrons sitting here and there at tables, and you and your new friend are at a table. And she's like eager to introduce herself. You don't really need to like ask her or anything.
Or
She is now, because now she knows you. Now she's like, yes, I have fought alongside you. We can get along now. So let me see here. So you meet with her here. She comes with you, and you're sitting around the table, and I think she's probably telling you like her story, right? So, and also I found out religion she follows. It's Torm. Torm is her god. So you're sitting here, maybe having some ale, and so she's saying, you've kind of gotten some preamble, but she's saying, so when Elturel fell, I was already out of town, me and some of the other Hell Riders. So we came here a little ahead of, well, most folks. That's why we were able to get inside, because they hadn't shut the gates yet. And
Wait, I thought most of the Hell Riders had disbanded.
she nods. She says, I've been a Hell Rider since I was 12. And for the longest time, it was my whole life. But with no Elturel, there's no need for the Hell Riders. I need to find out what happened to the city. And in those
How
first...
many of you are there left?
She shakes her head like, not many.
did we get her name?
Yes. Yeah. So her name, that would have been the first thing that she said probably on the walk over. Her name is Rhea. Her last name is Mantlemorn. Rhea Mantlemorn.
Mantlemorn?
Yep. Rhea Mantlemorn.
She's really upset about being able to climb over small to chest high objects.
The other Morn, not Ourn. She only climbs over small waist to chest high objects in the morning. She's
Gotcha.
not Mantle Eve. So Rhea, she is a former Hell Rider, and she has come here, and she tells you, she says, the first thing I did was start asking around to see if there was anyone else from Elturel, anyone that knew anything. But this city, this damnable city, I managed to follow up on a few rumors. I heard that Thavius Krieg was here. And if anybody knows anything about what happened to Elturel, it would be Krieg. But I couldn't find him, and I ran out of money, and I ended up getting in a fight with some flaming fist. I hurt one of them. Quite badly, I think. I've been on the run since. I was going to finally confront Amric about the whole thing, but then you walked in and, well, look at you.
And you thought to follow us instead.
She nods. If anybody knew anything, she gestures. I mean, You all look like you know what you're doing. And that fight back there, clearly you do. So...
yeah, we're super great like that.
So what are your
why
leads
would we
on
help you?
Krieg?
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, are we deciding?
I mean,
I love that we're so Sorova, like your tone of voice, your tenor is like small, like little pitter patter words, and then Bryn's just like, tell us what you know.
Well, I mean, the next step in the adventure is Thavius Krieg, right? And she mentioned Thavius Krieg.
You've heard Krieg before, right?
Yes.
In the Journal of Mortlock Van Thamper, he mentioned Krieg.
Like, we were hoping that
Yes.
Emmerich could lead us to Krieg.
Yeah, so
He knows the
that's
scary
why.
thing in a basement.
And there's the scary thing in the
Scary thing in
basement.
the
So she
basement, yeah.
gestures. She's like, see, it was the fate of the gods that we came across one another. Praise them. So now we have to work together because I think Thavius Krieg is being held hostage at the Van Thamper's house. It's in the upper city, but I could only really get access to Amric on account of his spending time down here. What kind of city makes all the poor people live in one part of town and all the rich people live in another part of town? In Elturel, it didn't matter how much money you had. Everyone lived together. Oh, Elturel.
I suspect you are
It's a shame it's a crater now.
under an illusion about how great Elturel is.
She scowls. What would you know about it? Elturel is a shining beacon of good in a world of chaos and blood.
None
I've heard
more
stories.
Dead.
She side-eyes you for just a second, but she's not a suspicious person, so you get away with it, Bryn. She,
I mean, no one really knows exactly what happened to Elturel. It could still be like somewhere else.
she nods and she...
Did anyone look up? Everyone forgets to look up.
So you see her, and I think maybe Sathra, you're the one like that notices this. She skipped part of her story, and whatever she was hiding came to you came to her face. It didn't become words, but you saw it in her face when November said like Elturel might be okay.
And I think I interject there with well, if we're going to work together, I like to know the people that I'm working with more closely. And I don't know anything about you, but I do know that you're keeping something from us. So spill with that, and then maybe we can talk about...
No, I'm not... It's not that I told you everything I know. It's just... Well, you're wrong about Elturel. Yes, there's a crater where it was, but it's just not... We were training outside the city. You could still see the companion in the sky. Beautiful as always. But then something happened. It turned black, like a fog or blood in the water. And then Elturel sunk into the ground. I could hear screaming, and then it was gone.
That's what's going to happen to Baldur's Gate in my vision. That's exactly what happened.
And she turns and she looks at you and nods like, see? So we have to find Thavius Krieg. And as much as I hate this place, we have to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to Baldur's Gate.
So what is this companion or whatever, the thing that you said turned black? I'm not from around here.
Well, a blessing from the angels, from the gods. A blessing given to Thavius Krieg. It's a bit before my time, really, but Elturel used to have a bit of a vampire problem. And then Thavius Krieg summoned the companion, drove off the vampires. That's why we made him High Overseer. And he's led the city ever since.
So could Krieg have had something to do with... I mean...
She slams a gauntleted hand on the table, and she's like, how dare you? We do not speak ill of the High Overseer. Not while I'm around. Thavius Krieg is a good man, a beacon of light and hope. The only reason Elturel survived in the first place. All Thavius Krieg needed to do if he had something against Elturel was turn his back in our time of need. And he didn't.
November.
He could have been stolen or kidnapped. And it's not necessarily anything bad about Krieg.
The High Overseer would never do anything like that. He loves El Terrell.
I mean, involuntarily kidnapped. I mean, you don't usually volunteer for kidnapping. I mean,
That's true.
But Krieg isn't some kind of wizard. He can't do that kind of awful thing. No offense. He was a priest, a humble man, a pious man, a believer.
Priests can fall.
well, if this Krieg was the reason why El Terrell was safe and he was forcibly removed from El Terrell,
but
then maybe that's why it fell.
The Overseer makes trips to other cities all the time, diplomatic visits.
You said something about him being here in Baldur's Gate.
Yes. I had heard some rumors, and I'm no investigator. You don't really learn how to solve mysteries from horseback. But I heard some rumors that he had been seen in the city, spotted in the company of these Van Thampers. And I heard that Amric was one of them, and he was the only one I had access to. So I was going to confront him and just ask, because
So
maybe he's staying with these Van Thampers, but Amric doesn't seem like a very nice guy.
So what you're saying is you think the Van Thampers have him in some sort of compromising position.
No,
I say
no.
while like looking at Sosorovo for like the confirmation on like the thing you saw, you think that could be in the Van Thamper, you know what I mean? Like kind of.
Yeah, like I kind of shrug slightly, like could have been any basement.
I don't
But they did
understand.
have dealings before it happened.
You
right?
think that the Van
Yeah.
Thampers have captured the High Overseer? But
As-
why?
Probably. They
As-
have like a cult and everything, so
As-
why not?
She looks very upset by that idea.
Here's what we know. Just because I see no harm in telling you. I check with everybody else before I continue.
Like, can we-
There's, like, a
can we
quick
spill the
swipe of
beans?
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, here's what we know. The cult of the three. I never know the adjective for the three. Is it just the three, or is it like
the dead three.
the
Yeah.
dead three? The cult of the dead three is working for at least Amric Van Damper. I confirmed this by pretending I was one of them and talking to him as if I had finished the job of killing his brother. There's a bit of infighting with the Van Dampers. Don't interrupt me. I can see you on.
Yeah. And she's just like, ha. No.
Then, while I was speaking to Amric, Sosorovo here read his mind and saw that he is afraid of something in a basement. That was a thought conjured into his head when we spoke of, was it Krell?
Krieg.
Krieg?
Ma'am.
Yeah, Krieg, that one. So, it leads me to believe that Amric knows of this basement where Krieg is being held, and that he is somehow afraid of this, him getting out, or there being some sort of compromising situation. But I can't think where they'd be holding him, and I was hoping that that cultist would know something about it, but he didn't. So the Van Thamper estate is a good guess, very least.
Yeah, it seemed to me like the cult was their diversion tactic. Like that's what they were saying about the.
Yeah,
Getting the pissed off.
they spoke to me as if they were giving the orders and not the other way around, certainly.
Well, let's go break into a noble house.
It wouldn't be the first time.
That's true. Let's hope it goes
I
better this
strongly
time.
remember the last time did not go so well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, really
we were level
didn't.
1 then. We're level 3 now.
Yeah.
I can
don't
cast
understand what you mean by
invisibility.
levels.
Now, plus you're not being haunted by the presence of your friend Ultis, who is really the reason that whole thing fell apart in the first place.
But so that's what we know, and that's our assumption currently. If you have any information that gels with that, I would suggest that we talk about it now before going to break into any noble estates.
And so Rhea nods, and she says, there is one more thing I know. She looks at the group of you and she says, now that I've fought alongside you, spilled the blood of evil with you, I know that it is my destiny to join you in this quest. I will go with you to the Van Thamper Villa, and I will find out what happened to the High Overseer. And then he'll help us save Elturel.
Are all the Hell Riders like you?
Yes. She lies.
Right. Fred just sits back.
Do you know anyone who can do a locate person spell?
I don't think so.
Because that would be the quickest and easiest way to find Krieg.
Not offhand. I can think of some organizations that may have people that would be able to do that, but they're going to make you pay through the nose. Very
You say that and a random Zentarum agent just leans over. Hello, did somebody say they needed something?
I was thinking the guild, you know.
Yes, yeah, yes, there's definitely you and Sosorovo both have some access to some opportunities to meet with people. You could also use your ability to maybe hook up a meeting with the Van Thampers at their house, but that'll be more difficult.
Not me personally, but I don't know many people. I don't really like people, but I know of people.
It's a good distinction.
My suggestion is that we all take a rest, get prepared, and then head to the Van Thamper estate. I can try and organize something if you want to do this the talky sort of way, at least initially, or we can just break and enter.
Yeah, so that's the question, right? If you try to arrange a meeting, you're tipping your hand to say hey, we're interested. We know you're up to something, and that there'll be a connection to you. Or you can try the subterfuge method, and you can try to go and sneak in or break in or just see what's up.
I'll do that.
Van Thamper, for your reference and edification, Van Thamper Villa is up here.
Cool.
The upper city.
I remember you saying that you didn't have any money. You can stay with me. I can get you a room or whatever. We were staying here.
She looks at you and smiles and says, yes, I haven't been sleeping much anyway, but it would be nice to get some rest.
But November, we all have single rooms.
There's only one bed.
Only one
Remember,
bed.
where would she sleep?
Oh no.
And then the innkeeper's like, that's it, everyone. All the rooms is rented.
Oh no. What am I going to do?
Turn into a puppy and curl up next to her.
So
That
you
only
can
last for an hour, but okay.
You can an hour's a long time. You can get her a room. Yeah, that's easy. There is.
I don't think that's what Blue Jay means.
Unfortunately,
I mean, she's like a sim. I don't think that they'll sleep in the same bed with you the first day.
November tried to use fanfic. Rhea used chastity. It was super effective.
Oh no.
Yeah, so she's like, it would be improper for me to stay in the same room as you.
They're called the Hell Riders, and they chased.
This is why Bryn asked if all the Hell Riders were like her, because she don't believe it.
Yeah.
Wow. Fair.
Listen, if you ride into hell with sin in your heart, the devil's already got the first attack in.
That is so, God.
You got to be pure if you want to ride that white horse into hell.
No, Adam, you fill your whole heart with sin, and then there's no room for extra sin. So you can't possibly be influenced.
See, the Hell Riders want to ride into hell to fight demons. You want to stride through the gates and have Satan be like, it's you, elf. Please take my dark crown of bones.
All I want to do is ride into hell and then be like, gates are open. Gates are open. Come on in.
Yep. So, yes, if you want to be charitable,
I do.
towards her. Okay. All right. So you get her a room.
She's like a baby, though. Didn't you say that she was 12 when she became a Hell Rider?
She's not 12 now.
How old is she
probably
now?
like 20 something.
13. No, I think she's in her 20s. I think she's supposed to be young and inexperienced, but not like
She sounds like it.
a child. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I have
Older than Macaria.
I have some gold. I'll get her a room. How much does a room cost?
Some.
How much does a banana cost?
Nobody
$10?
cares.
I mean, it's on the equipment list. You can figure
Adam,
it out.
go see a Star Wars.
I will. Thank you. All right. So you rest at the Muck and MacGuffin Inn, and you get all your hit points and your abilities and your spells and stuff back.
I love those.
Let me see. Did Rhea take any damage? She did not. Okay.
I love hit points and spells.
I love hit points and spells
Mhm.
too.
I would also like to just mention that there's a moment like later on in the evening where Sathra's like looking her sword over and she just tosses it away, like just leaves it. Don't need any physical swords anymore. I can summon magical demon swords. It's fine.
So the next afternoon, after you've checked out and left, the cleaning lady comes into the room and she sees a sword and she's like, "Is this a tip or?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then she becomes an
No,
invincible
it's a whole
sword maid.
you dummy.
Yeah, it's actually the origin story of Combat Maid. She uses this sword to go and get revenge, and it begins a long story of glory for her.
Can I buy what is it? The kit that allows you to make health potions in your downtime. An herbalism kit?
Do you have the herbalism skill?
Yes, I do.
Then yes, you can buy an herbalism kit.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Did I already say angrily that I buy some arrow? Yeah, I already did that.
You sure did.
Yeah, you did.
If you were the one that killed that Bay Knight, he had a very good like parting shot at you, but you didn't. So
Really?
I'll save it. Yeah. All right. So the next morning, you were eating some flavorless porridge, sitting by the window, listening to the rain pattering on its surface. When everybody comes down from their rooms and gets dressed, and it is time to continue. So, do you go directly to Van Thamper Villa?
Feel like we're going with the just break-in approach.
Well, the issue is we have to get into the upper city.
Yeah.
That's an issue, not for me. I feel like it's.
I could make it not an issue if I want to use one of my
Yeah, you could wild shape.
wild shapes.
You could invisible, and you could change your Sith to look like a noble.
Actually, I can't do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Dendar is a fickle.
Or you can climb
That's right.
in. Yeah.
Cast magic
you
missile.
and-
I can't remember how.
So you and Rhea are the two that can't like easily get in?
I mean, I can try and talk my way in, but that's about it.
You can also bribe
Can
our
we just
way
go
in.
over the wall?
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, you could just climb over the wall.
I could just suggestion
Stealthily.
the guard on duty.
Yeah. Sathra mind
I wanna
tricks. Their
save that
thing.
though.
Because you get what, one a day?
One a day. Yeah.
Like a multivitamin.
Give him the snake eyes.
Yeah. So lots of options. What do you think? The other thing that guards love, more than being
money,
killed by
money.
adventurers, is bribes. Bribes. The
I feel like
whole city
maybe
runs
try
on them.
for bribes first, and then if bribes fail, then we go the route that
Sounds good.
consumes more than just gold.
We're here to bribe you, and if you don't take that bribe, we're here to kill you.
That sounds great. Let's
You have
do
two
that.
options: bribe or die.
I don't actually have any gold currently
I do.
because I spent it all on health potions. But
I
Okay.
have 82 gold. That's what I got.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got to do your daily. What'd you get?
Daily portents.
15 and 6. today.
15 and a 6. That's not bad because you have a good advantage for yourself, and then
Yeah.
bad one. That's kind of what you want, right? I mean, I guess ideally you want to roll like a 20 and a 1, so you can be like,
I've done that before. It's
Yeah.
great.
it is very
Just
good.
like,
Today's gonna be
my
a good
word.
one. All right, so yeah, I mean the rules for crossing into the upper city, you're not supposed to do it unless you have, I guess. But how do they know? Like if you have a house, if you have a house in the upper city,
I feel like there must be some sort of badge or like ring or something to show that you
like a
live there, that
key
you're
fob
noble.
for the door, like
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, you like get those when you sign up to the gym. Like,
Yeah, you must
A
have
house
something
has
that
gotta come with one.
indicates
It's very
you
fun.
are- So we could just like knock over a noble and like steal their shit.
Yeah, I guess there must be some kind of like signet or something that you'd be like,
Yeah.
I live here, motherfucker. Yeah, they're called watch tokens. Okay, there you go. So if you are supposed to be able to pass through, you would have these watch tokens.
Oh,
I
I
knew
bet
that
you
was
get
a
them from the
thing.
city guard.
Yeah, so that's where the bribe comes in, where you could like theoretically bribe them to give you watch tokens, even though you're not supposed to have them.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest.
That's the good thing. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's buy watch tokens from the guards.
Yeah, I think honestly you don't even have to do it from the guards. Like Sathra, you're well connected. So if you just before you go to bed, if you just put the word out like, "Hey, I need some watch tokens for my friends and I," the next morning somebody will
come down into the inn, and there's a guy there.
Yeah, the innkeep is like, "Here's those scones you ordered," and pushes like a plate towards you with a napkin on it. You lift it, and it's all watch tokens and cocaine.
Yes.
All crazy
Yes, of course, the scones. And I just like put some gold.
Yeah, right. You give him a bag of gold. He's like, "Oh, price of scones is going up." Okay, all right. So you have this very shady interaction with the innkeep who gives you contraband watch tokens.
I feel like Bryn also goes into work and is like, "I am so sorry. I lost my watch token. I need to get a new one."
Damn it, Orem, you're a loose cannon. Hand in your badge and sword.
It fell off my shield.
I feel like if a cop loses their badge, it's a big deal.
It's not a badge though. It's just like a separate badge.
Well, you wouldn't have a watch token because watch tokens are given to private citizens. You are allowed to go because you are a member of the Flaming Fist. Let me look in the Gazetteer and see if see what it costs to transit between.
20,000 gold.
All of it, just all of your gold.
I mean, I feel like a gold.
How much does it cost? How much you got?
I feel like a gold a piece. I remember seeing something about it, but I can't remember how much it would cost in the black market. So let's just say a gold a piece for one that only lasts today.
Cool. I give him 5 gold.
An unlimited number of passes through today.
Oh yeah, because you're good. So 4 gold.
4 gold. Okay, so you buy 4 of these. They have the symbol of the city of Baldur's Gate. They have on the other side a cameo of the mayor of Upper Baldur's Gate.
Wait, do we have separate mayors?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lower Baldur's Gate mayor and an upper Baldur's Gate mayor, and they hate each other. Like spy versus spy level hate each other. So you get the tokens and you cross into the upper city, and it is like night and day. The upper city is houses that have paint on them, windows that have glass in them. Yeah, you have the token to show you that you're allowed, but the gate toll, there's a gate toll into the upper city. It's 2 copper a piece, and that's just a toll for using it, right? The token is the thing that lets you, that allows you in, and then you have to pay the toll anyway. So throw another 2 copper a piece on that. Done. And and so you come to the upper city. It's still rainy. It's still crappy. You're still in Baldur's Gate, but it's like slowly rotting, decadent Baldur's Gate instead of filthy stab you and harvest your organs. Baldur's Gate. You've moved out of Whitechapel and into High Castle, something like that. But so yeah, you can leave. I think your route would take you kind of like along the water and then probably up into the city here.
Yeah.
And then okay.
There's a gate here.
Yeah, there's a gate there too. Yeah. Okay. All right.
There's this building that looks like one of the symbols of the Eldar craft worlds.
It does look like an Eldar craft world building. Yep. I think it's a temple, but it doesn't. I don't have a map key for that part.
To the Eldar. Yes.
Yeah. Space elves. So you arrive at Van Thamper Villa, and I will give you a quick description of the outside of the villa. It is a walled building, 2 stories, made predominantly of stone. It has a tower. Right, little tower that comes up above that second story. Second story is a bit smaller. It's got some like eaves that hang out over the bottom one. And then there is a garden. There's some trees inside the wall. And then there's a stable in the back corner of the building. The walls are pretty high. And they have big metal gates. And the gates they're shut. They're shut right now.
Oh no, thwarted. We're never going to be able
Yeah,
to
like it's more a like don't bother us kind of shut, in the sense that this isn't like, oh, it's morning time, go open the gates. We welcome anyone to come and like visit and say hello. This is our house, fuck off. Doors are closed.
Do they have guards?
Yes. You see private House Van Thamper guards walking around in the inside of the villa, the inside wall of the wall. And I think if I just pop you over here, place you outside the front of the...
Probably on the right track.
Can we spend hit die to do flashbacks?
No.
How does this work?
Baldur's Gate in the dark. So this is the outside wall. Up around the northwest corner, there is the stable building. There is another entrance. There's another entrance on the north wall, if you want to go in that way. And it looks like there are peering through. They're doors, but I'm actually going to remove them because they're metal. I want them to be metal, like gates instead. So I'm going to make them so they're not. They're shut, but you can still see through them. Yeah. So there you go. So you see little groups of guards kind of patrolling around, and they appear to be private guards. They don't have like the city guard uniform, and they're definitely not Flaming Fist.
I think we should go visit the horses.
I mean,
Maybe
going in
on
the
the
front
way
and
out.
murdering our way through is probably the worst idea.
You say that, and Rhea puts her sword back in her sheath.
Maybe the stables have like a window or something that we can. I mean, or a
Like the
separate gate
horses
that's
from?
less.
I mean, you can go around the wall and take a look. Like nobody cares. Like, I guess as long as you're not like making a scene, right? You can walk around the back of the. Oops. Case again twice. You can walk around the back of the place and like walk around the walls and stuff. Take
Very
a close
subtly,
look.
like whistles and pretends to be taking her dog for a walk.
So nonchalant.
I want to go check, like, go on a circle route around the villa and see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. There's 3 guards there. Inside there.
I'm coming with you, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So you take a little walk around the.
There's no. Doesn't look like there's. I need to zoom
Lot of
out, man. I'm too
walls.
zoomed in on this. There's no entrance on this side.
I found windows or something.
Yeah, this must be
They're like shuttered windows that lead into the stable. This is the stable here.
Yeah, there's the lady on the inside. So.
There's guards on this area.
Yeah.
Guards.
Back way. Yeah, the back way doesn't have anything. So it's like there's the window, shuttered window into the stables.
Or
which
through a
has
gate.
One person in there, and then each of the gates have like 3 guards.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I say we go where the horses are.
Okay, shuttered windows it is.
Yeah.
Just
So you want to
take
go
the
back around
horses.
the other side?
Just do another loop around.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go to the bathroom, little Nulf. Go on.
You can just let your dog pee on the outside of the house. Okay, perfect. Good.
I mean, we're taking the dog
Just
for a
right near the
walk.
gate. Just the
Yeah.
guards watching this dog pee on their gate.
Okay, so there are shuttered windows back here. You can hear somebody like rustling around inside, and then there are horses. And I assume. Oh, I see. The horses are weird giant cubes, but there's 4 of them. But I understand now how they're allayed. Okay.
Okay.
Because technically, the horse should be like that shape,
Right.
right? So they fit into the stables, but they're not. So it's fine.
Oh well.
Okay.
They're all just like
Saturn.
2 legs in one, like over the fence into the second.
Yeah. So let me see if there's anything else you can see by peering casually in the windows. Inside,
There's an anvil.
yeah, there's an anvil. 4 draft horses and a human. Let's see. Yeah. So it's a. I think it's supposed to be a man. I don't have pronouns for this character. And he has like longish hair, but it's tied up. He's in his like 50s, his early 50s. He has like high boots, and I think he's carrying a thing of oats, and he's come over to like feed one of the horses, and he's talking to it and like petting its neck. He has definitely not noticed you. And you just like glance through the window.
I just give the little, knuckle crack and do the old, I suppose it's time for some breaking and entering.
I will go here and
Oh.
keep an eye out.
Hold up a second. Let's get an aerial view on this. Make sure I don't like fall over or whatever. I don't have my own senses.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Just make sure I don't fall over.
I put a hand on your shoulder.
Miffles away.
Phew.
Aerial recon drone mode, and I'll look through Miffles' eyes. And I went, meow.
Okay.
Am I allowed to do that? Does Miffles fly above the wall unaccosted?
I'm gonna make.
I can't believe we have an aerial drone on our team.
Should I make a
I
stealth
didn't realize
check?
you're playing a rigger.
So no, I think here's what happens. You can have the cat fly around, but you notice this interaction, right? So when your cat flies like over this area, right, to take a look, one of these guards looks up and he's like, "Hey, is that a flying cat?" And the other guard slaps him, like hits him in the shoulder, and he's like, "Don't be an idiot. You think there's 2 flying cats around here?" And the guy shakes his head and he's like, "No, I guess not." He squints. He's like, "Hmm." And then the 2 of them continue their patrol. They just ignore. They ignore Miffles.
Yeah, I can't see through Miffles' eyes, but I can. Is it easier if you just tell me if there's things we're missing?
It's easier if I just show you, right? If I just let you see through. Can you
Sure.
see what like Miffles is seeing now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I gave them sight. So
Meow.
yeah, so you can just fly around. I don't really think you see much. Like you see building entrances, right? There's windows. It looks like the main entrance is here up on there's a porch, right?
Yeah.
Imagine this whole house as being like a little bit like Southern Gothic, right? Like creeper vines kind of crawling up the building, old faded, like whitewash, like peeling, right? White paint on the outside of the building.
Is it like a partially above ground basement?
Yes. Yeah.
So there are like direct entrances into the basement.
Well, I think that there's no,
Well,
there
what
wouldn't,
does
there
we have
wouldn't
to
be
make
from,
a direct
you know what? Here, I'll say this. There were, but there aren't now. They're probably like, you could see where there were windows, but they've all been bricked off. And that's
So
odd.
we can make a
I mean, maybe, yeah, you might be able to do that. But it would take some construction work. So there you go. Miffles does a long kind of bomb around the outside of the house. You see that outside there are 9 guards total. All of the window like curtains are drawn. So you don't see anything of what's inside. And again, it's odd because it's daytime, but all the curtains are shut or the shutters are closed. So the only entrance you can see, there's 2. There's this one right here, the like sort of foyer entrance or foyer, depending on where you're from. And then there's the other big entrance that is on the far side across from the gate.
How long has this woman been a lord?
A duke, one of the dukes of Baldur's Gate.
Duke.
She's been a noble for most of her adult life, but the house was raised up from nothing.
But it's like human lifespan amount of time.
Yeah, one less than a full human lifespan because she is the reason that Van Thamper is a patriarch house.
Yeah, it's just you said the windows are like all closed.
Yeah. I see.
El Terrell had a vampire problem.
That's true.
She's met with the other guy, and I was like, just move.
I see where your logic is going.
Yeah. She's she's aged over time in her position, and you've definitely personally seen her out in as much sun as Baldur's Gate ever gets.
Yeah, there's always that mystery in I don't know if you played enough Skyrim, but one of the court wizards is a vampire and no one's noticed, but they've been in that position for 300 years in the game. And I'm like,
what?
Yeah, that's why it's so much easier to be an elf vampire because nobody ever questions you not getting old.
Yeah.
Definitely while Sosorovo is seeing through Miffle's eyes, I do a little
mm-hmm.
No, I don't react at all. It's just
weird.
Yep. So you do your recon.
Back. I was like, 9 guards, packs of 3, entrance here at the back on the porch.
All right.
Best one.
Window then?
Through. Yeah, sure.
Probably try and be quiet about it.
Yeah, everyone be quiet.
All right.
Door.
Oh. If I turn invisible,
yes,
Does Miffles turn invisible?
No.
Okay, I have to do something Miffles then. It's like, all right, stealth time, everyone. Blah, 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 blah. Bam! I turn invisible.
Okay. So Sorovo disappears.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
I'm still here. I'm just invisible.
Oh.
I sigh and summon my packed weapon into my hand.
Okay.
I'll just put Miffles up.
What does
in the
that
corner
look
somewhere.
like?
So there's an echoey sort of snake hiss as this like longsword starting from the hilt like appears in her hand and then like grows out like
Cool.
kind of like the lightsaber style. And it's like a very dark looking metal with the like green runes in it.
Rad.
It could be any weapon, but longsword is just the most suitable for the moment.
It's just the best.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah. It's like an echoing like hiss, and it's gone.
Rhea looks at you like, wow, that's an impressive trick.
Works better than steel.
So
I seem to have lost the map.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened when Sorovo went invisible.
so Sorovo went invisible.
Went invisible to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you might have to reload. Okay, all right. So what is your point of ingress? Right, you have all these gates. You have the wall.
I think this window.
Okay, are you gonna wait for the stable master to leave?
I'm keeping an eye on the gate here.
Okay.
To see if we're being watched by guards.
How wide are the slits in the gate?
You could squeeze through, probably.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm
nobody else
thinking.
I wait until the stable master is either not paying attention or like leaving, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So Sorovo, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll squeeze through the gate.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Can you make a stealth roll?
Oh yeah, sure.
And you have advantage, obviously.
Yeah, because
The guards even get special tokens.
They're just guards.
How important is this? No, let's roll with advantage. Don't want to waste the portent so early. Oh, there's the 15.
Here's your 15. Okay. All right. So you've got a 17 sort of standing stealth to apply to like making noise and like all that. So you you slip through as some guards kind of come by. And you see the patio kind of thing here. You are standing in the yard now, and I think it's just you just see like it's mostly overgrown. The bushes are starting to kind of grow together. The trees are all like gnarly and wild. It looks like the grass here doesn't get cut very often.
I've fought 9 guards walking around in a circle all day, but not a single gardener.
That's right. They spend all their budget on protection. So, so that's what you see. You see these 3 guards kind of like coming by, taking a look. And then they go on
I'm
past.
just gonna go like watch for when the others like come through. So I'll just like wander up and look through here. Because they're supposed to be looking up there.
I'm not going to enter right away because I think I need to apply my temporary HP in case this gets out of control.
You're going to do that first? Okay. That's fine.
So I will step back so that I'm not right up at the window whispering spells.
Yeah, and I think you have time to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will just take it as a given then.
Okay. The horse, what's the name? What is the proper term for a person who like keeps horses? Stable master?
Stable hand?
Groundskeeper and stable master.
Groundskeeper.
Okay. So this person leaves. They come over, they pet the horse, and then they leave. They leave the stable and go out into the yard. You see them walk out the other side, invisible Sorovo. You see them walk out, and I think they head for the house. So they go up to the front door and they go inside.
All right. Now's our opportunity. And I guess we break in.
Okay.
Through the shutters.
Yeah, what do you do?
Can I like open the shutters from this side, like kind of get under the latch or like push them?
So these ones they're shut, and then they would have a latch on the other side, like on the inside.
Here's
Do
the
they
question.
open outwards?
Oh,
Can I
if I-
summon
Yes.
a pack? Here's a question. Adam.
Yeah.
Can I summon a packed weapon dagger, jimmy it through, and open the latch, and then summon back my long?
I was going to say, if I'm looking through the window to watch you come in. If I see that they have latches on the
Oh,
inside
okay.
after the dude
So
leaves,
Sorbo
I'll just
will
go
like
to it.
come in and okay. So you're thinking about that. You're like, how are we gonna get in? And then you hear click.
Bryn's about to just
Yeah, and the
Sorbo's
window.
so short though. How did you?
Okay, so maybe you
Jumps.
hear dragging sounds first, and then you hear click, and then
Yeah, drag the anvil over. I'm secretly like massively
you
strong.
throw the anvil through the wall. No, this is when Thalambra appears. She just breaks through the wall and like, starts kicking you.
Well met.
Yeah, so the window is open. You can all you can climb through.
Climbing through.
Yeah.
Climbing through indeed.
I take the last peek at the guards and then like oop, 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 oop.
Everybody make a stealth roll,
check.
please.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna use one of the advantages.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
good
one of the
idea.
advantages too.
Same deal, because I'll be at disadvantage if I
Actually,
don't.
I have inspiration, so I'll go ahead and use that
Okay.
first.
Woo!
I'll use advantage.
All right,
Ah.
so far for stealth, 17, 15, 22. You didn't use advantage?
I use advantage, but my armor gives me disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So 10 is just flat. Okay.
Oh, I guess I have chainmail on, so I think I have disadvantage, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna roll normal, but I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
3.
Oh god.
Good.
So you
I should
used
have just
one,
told
Elf?
you to take new armor.
Elf, you used one,
I did, yeah.
Yes.
and I used one.
Yeah, I've
Did
used
anyone
two.
else?
Nope.
I used my
Oh,
inspiration.
Bryn, Lauren used one of
Okay.
her own. Okay. All right. So it's clear that the weak link in this stealth chain. What are you gonna do with your dog?
I just tell my dog to like go sit down somewhere. Just like go
Recon!
Yeah, the whole thing blows up, giant fireball. All right, so you all come in. Everybody is super smooth and stealthy except for Bryn, who makes a bunch of noise, and the horses all look at you and whinny and kind of like make a bit of a noise.
I like go to the horses. I'm like, shh, shh.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
fine. Everything's shh, just be quiet, please.
Okay.
And I'm talking in Sylvan so they can
Mhm.
understand me.
All right.
Shut up, boss.
Shut up, horse. Make an animal handling roll, November.
Okay. Animal handling. I get a 12.
Okay. All right. The horses kind of like look at each other. They're more confused that they can understand you.
Just please
Um,
be quiet, please.
Do I see that
for
anyone's
people
been
listening,
alerted?
That's my speech in the woods for the Circle of the Shepherd.
Yeah.
They can understand me.
That's right.
And I can understand them.
So no, Sosorobo, nobody seems to have heard the initial arrival, but Bryn's clattering may well alert them if they get too close. But for right now, in the other room, they didn't hear anything.
Okay. I'm going to. This door's open, right? He like left it open.
Yeah.
Or there's not a door.
It's not locked at the very least because you were allowed to go inside. But I think there's a door.
Okay. I'm gonna have to rely on them to move out of line of sight of the door. I suppose I can't like open and close it as like a thing because they'll see it.
Yeah.
So
Move out of sight of the door.
in the
because-
room should move out of line of sight of the door. Is
Why?
my suggestion, because the guards patrol around and they will see you.
Well, the door is closed. It's a door.
Yeah, the door's shut right now. Yeah.
Oh,
But you need to open it to leave the room. So
There's another shuttered window right here, right?
yeah, but going out the window is gonna be
No, can we peer through, check when the guards are going through, and then when
Yeah.
they're not going through?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, I put the door in front of there. Now you can see through it.
Hmm.
It's one of those doors that swings open and blocks the window next to it.
Right.
Oh, god damn it.
it's gonna be like a wait until you've got the most amount of time and then go straight from there to like.
I got a
Mouse.
22 on
Yeah.
stealth. I'm basically invisible.
So the idea is you want to wait for a time because what the problem is that these guards, they can see here as they come around. And then once they go around the corner, they're looking this way, so they're not looking behind you. So what you want to do is try to get, if they're good at their job, there's never a point where that happens, right? Where this group isn't looking. Because what you want is no group on this corner looking this way as this group comes around the corner. And the way that they're currently their patrolling is structured is that doesn't happen. So you're going to need to do something to like cause them to change their pattern.
Oh, Sosorobo is invisible. Go make a noise.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking about. Like, what's my best thing?
Sosorobo. I whisper from behind the window. Go distract them.
Yeah, I don't respond, but I'm gonna go and have a look and see what I can find that might make noise. I will channel my inner horrible goose and look for the most distracting thing that I can do in the grounds. What have I got on my checklist? What am I gonna steal or do?
Yeah, I mean,
breaking the lake.
There's windows with shutters on them. There's the building itself. There's the patio. There is, you can see like a chimney here and another chimney over here. There are overgrown trees. There's the ground. There's the guards themselves.
Throw dirt in
fire
their
to
eyes.
something.
You can just pocket sand them.
I know what I've got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand behind the bush.
Yeah.
And wait until they got
That's
a
a
decent
tree.
distance over there.
But yeah, okay.
I'm gonna blow my signal whistle because it won't break stealth, and then like sneak away. Because they'll like go around and they'll be like, oh, "What was that noise?" And
all guards respond to the toot of a signal whistle.
And then you leap out of the bush and stab them.
No.
One by one. And the next one comes over.
So
and
wait
then
for
you
one to go
stab.
by. You don't even need to blow the whistle. You just jump out and grab him, stab him, put on his uniform, and then just start walking with the other guards. They won't even notice.
like 3 foot tall other guards. Like,
dragging your sleeves behind you.
Yeah, we're gonna signal whistle it.
Okay, so the plan is.
Hey, Jim, have you lost weight?
Yeah. I swear to God, Jim, you used to be 6'2", and now you're what, 3 feet tall? And I told you not to drink that potion. So
yeah, and I feel like this works because it's like also a signal, so they will know it's me making it, and then it's their chance to make a run for it.
Okay, so when do you want to? At what point do you want to blow the whistle?
I'll blow the whistle when whichever group is like closest to me. So I want it so no one is. Let me ping for you.
Yeah, please.
On the bottom right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anyone round that corner.
Okay.
But I want them to be walking in that direction away from the tree. So they stop and turn around. So it interrupts their kind of path.
Right. Okay. So like
so
this.
As they're going around, when they get to like there or like around here.
Yeah, because they're more or less a triangle rotating around this building. And so you're just watching the points of the triangle. And so what you want is this line of sight. Like the thing is that because of the way the thing is, you want them at the farthest point down here.
Right.
As these guys round that corner, right? Because this triangle maintains this shape as they keep corners. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
all right,
that
so
area is
now
kind of
basically,
free.
or soon to this.
Yeah, around now.
All right, so you blow your whistle, and then where do you go? Like as soon as that happens, everybody hears the whistle, like poop, 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 danger. What are you gonna do?
That way around the tree and skirt the edge of the building and try and.
You go this way.
That's my proposed plan. Yeah. Do you see my arrows yet?
Now I do. Oh, I see. So you're gonna like hug the wall.
Yes.
So as not to. Okay. All right.
And
so
then,
you do
I
that.
guess we make a break for it.
Yeah. As you run past, these guys come running over, and these guards come running up, so they get kind of halfway. And then, who's the first one to like run for it?
It'll be me.
And you're going for the front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also am gonna go.
I assume this is a door. I don't know if it's a door.
Running, yeah, that's a door. Yeah, running from here to there takes you, less than 6 seconds. It's one round.
6 seconds.
So you do that as these guards are moving over here, buying you 1 round. Okay, so that's round
I can
one.
I can also open a door and move 5 more feet if I want to. Here.
Let me see if the front door is locked.
Didn't the stable person just go through there?
Yeah, the stable guy's got keys. You didn't watch the stable person go inside. You don't know if they unlocked the door or not.
That's true.
Let me look. Let's see, it's area V10. It doesn't say. Let me see if generally doors are locked. Oh, there you go. It is not.
Cool. I move inside.
Okay, cool. You see a bunch of people.
This is all in the same. This is in the same round.
Yeah. At the end of that round, you open the door, you come in, and you see.
Is it stealth 10, Adam? I guess.
You see 3 people. I mean, there's no way. Like, it doesn't matter what you rolled. Opening the door and walking in. I guess it's quiet, but 10 is, they turn and look. I'll describe these 3 people. Then essentially they'll roll initiative and we'll like track the order of everything. But let's go from here. So
I knew this would happen. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, there's people inside a house. That's how it goes. So you don't see any of the Van Thampers. That's not who you're looking at. You're looking at what appear to be servants, maybe. Okay, so you see the groundskeeper. Salty old man, and he is talking. He's having a conversation with a much older man, decrepit even, an older man who looks like he's one shove away from either becoming a Merkelite cultist or dying. He has a Baldur's Gate tuxedo, but I think that's a kind of neck wound. He's a
butler.
He's a butler. Yep. He's wearing like a high collar and like a long coat and gloves. And the 2 of them are having a conversation. And then there's a maid who is pretending to dust a statue, but is listening to the 2 men's conversation. And she's wearing like a maid's outfit. And she's just like, so that's what you see when you come in.
Cool.
However, Sosorovo, you are next here. Let me just go. I'm going to do one, like the party, the people inside, the guards, right? Because those are the 3 kind of groups that are acting in order. Okay, so Sosorovo, you can go. What do you do? I guess I should add the party separately. Sathra, you'll represent the party.
Well, do I see through the door when it's opened?
You can't see the people inside, no? Well, you just don't have a line of sight on it.
And you can move to see through.
Yeah, I move a little bit to see what we're dealing with. I wince and
you have sleep, right? Do you have that spell?
Yes, I'm looking up which components it has.
Yeah. I mean, it's a spell, so you'll stop being invisible, but if you run in and do it.
I'm gonna.
My plan is either just to try and intimidate them or persuade them that I'm supposed to, that we're looking for someone.
Yeah.
It's a bad plan.
Let's get.
God, it's like that. It's like that scene in Indiana Jones where they break into the castle and then Indiana Jones has to pretend to be Scottish.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, that's so bad.
I get in, and then you will feel like rustling on your legs. It's like
invisible gnome. Yeah, you get jostled around.
I see them like turn and be like, whoa, and with my wizard powers, I'm like, everyone, Alec asleep. And I cast
pocket sand, more like pocket sand, man.
And then
Pocket
so
sand
roll
man.
your sleeping.
Let's hope they're all commoners.
Hell yeah, no problem. All 3 of them pass out.
Yes.
Look at how stealthy you're being.
Jesus
and this
Christ.
is so hard to do in Dungeons and Dragons. You're doing it. It's happening.
Let's all get in this building and close the door
All right.
now.
So
come on.
the butler turns to look at you, and then the other 2 turn to look and see what the butler's looking at. And the butler's like, I'm sorry, do you have and then he just falls on the floor. He breaks both his hips and he dies.
Good.
All 3 of them, like the pretty young maid, the salty horseman, and the butler, they all pass out. Yeah. Oops, all commoners.
I'm next to you now, Sathra, and like in the split second, it's just like, okay, close the door. Come on, quick.
Which means since you didn't make enough noise and you're all technically out of I mean, are you out of line of sight? There's like, yeah, you're all out of line of sight of the guards. all 6 of these guards now cluster in the corner, being like, "Where'd that sound come from? What was that noise?"
What was that noise?
And they're looking around. They're trapped in their like yellow state, and so they're all standing around looking at the tree. One of them's like, "Maybe it's up in the tree. Give me a boost." And then, so they're looking
Adam,
around.
One of them has an arrow in his head, and he says something like, "Must have been the wind," or whatever.
I must be imagining things. Squirt, squirt. All right, so that means that Sathra and the rest of the party, you can now slip inside and shut the door if you want.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay, all right, get in here.
Get
I'll
in,
describe. Get in. I'll describe the room,
Sorry.
and then you
I
shut
don't
the
know
door
where it
behind you. I am so impressed that you managed to do that. Well
That's
with
planned.
my
the first
3
time
on
it's ever
stealth.
happened.
Yeah.
Turns out wizards really fun, really cool,
Yeah.
especially if you're non-combat focused.
All right, let me describe to you the room, and then you can tell me what happens. So the room, the most interesting thing about this room is the 3 sleeping servants on the floor. But the rest of the room has, as you can see by those squiggles, black curtains drawn over the windows keep this hall dark and cool. I guess the butler, I'm going to make a roll because the butler was holding a lantern when he passed out, which fell on the floor and went out but didn't break. Okay. And then there is a staircase leading upstairs right next to you. This is a gallery. It contains an eclectic collection of tapestries, paintings, and alabaster busts on pedestals. They don't appear to have any kind of aesthetic relation to one another. It looks like you've walked into like a rummage sale for an art gallery. Like, they're clearly from all over the place. You see like a Termish piece sitting next to a Waterdavian traditionalist bust. You see like a Mulhorandi tapestry hung right next to like a Reshemi like bear paw. And then none of this stuff makes any sense.
Do any of you watch the like grand designs or home renovation things?
Yeah.
And you can tell which people have like won these houses off the lottery.
Yes.
Because they buy expensive things and they're just trash.
And so that's great. I like the fact that you pick that up. You don't even have to roll for it. That's exactly what happened. This is the expensive stuff room of a person who got a bunch of money and did not know how to use it or what to do with it. There is, however, a custom piece that I think you will want to know about. So there's a statue down here, and I don't know who the person to discover it is. It was a statue that Ambra, the maid, was dusting. So whoever goes around the corner, you see a 6-foot-tall wax statue depicting Duke Thalamra Vanthamper cradling perhaps the ugliest cat you have ever seen. It is also made out of wax. The cat has a wax rat in its mouth, and the cat also has wings. And I have art to show you this delightful creature.
God. It's gonna be like a Tressum fight, like a fairy tale.
At the bottom of the statue, it says, "Her Lady Duke of Baldur's Gate, Thalambra Vanthamper, and her beloved Slobber Chops."
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Slobber Chops is the name of the cat. Let me see if I have a handout of Slobber Chops. I feel like
as
I
long
should.
as it's not like one of the cats without fur.
No, it's just like
I
a squish
I love
face
all
cat.
cats, but I don't love those cats as much.
She's totally a Bond villain. That's a great point.
So Adam,
Yes.
point of interest.
Let me see
If
this
there is a staircase going up, is there a staircase going down? I am looking for basements.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Base.
Oh, he's still cute.
There's
Hey,
angry old
baby.
Slobber Chops. There he is.
That's baby. I love.
Get
two
off my
Tressums?
skull.
Can I have 2 Tressums, Adam? Can I adopt this one when we kill the woman? Please?
I
I'm
don't-
sorry I killed your mummy. Now you're my cat.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, they're pretty fickle.
Yeah, so that's what you see. This flying pug cat. So there's lots of places to leave this room. There's a door here. There's double doors here. There's the staircase going upstairs.
Well, we don't want to go upstairs. We're looking for
I looked
downstairs.
at Sister Rovo and I go, how many more times can you do that? Like gesturing to the 3 sleepers.
4.
Wonderful. Then we need not worry too much about running into any more servants.
Only if I'm quick enough to react. That was lucky.
Can you prepare a spell before you enter
There-
a room?
Closet in here.
No.
It will get used up.
I'm thinking double doors right there. And I
Let's have a
guarantee
listen.
there'll be something behind it. I'm pointing over here, by the way.
Yeah. Someone want to like listen at the door, see if we
I
hear
can listen. I
voices?
got good ears.
Yeah, do it.
I go over to the door and I put my ear to the door and I like cup my hand around my ear so the other room like echoes.
Okay.
And I make
Make a perception.
check.
Yeah, make a perception check.
I get 24.
Nice. Okay. You hear on the other side, you hear it's early, it's like morning, right? Okay. So you hear someone puttering around inside, humming to herself. I think that's their pronouns. Then you hear a sudden noise of surprise. You hear like, and like a clattering of pots and pans. You hear a loud and then you hear someone say, God damn it, Slobberchops, get out of my way, stupid cat.
And then I
Kill
step
him.
away from the door and I say, I think that's the kitchen. And it appears there's a servant and the cat.
Just thinking, oh, a kitchen? Perfect. Cellars, basements, cool
We should
places.
hurry. Someone could come downstairs. The stairs are right there.
All right. So Zorovo, you ready?
Sure.
So as you're like whispering, you hear a voice from upstairs. You hear this like it's shouting from another room. You hear, Mother, I'm hungry, Mother. Bring me something to eat. Mother, answer me. Oh, blast. And you hear like ding, 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 like a bell ringing.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Let's not go upstairs. Okay. I think we go through this door, right?
Yeah, but we want.
I'm on board with that. I mean, these servants are gonna wake up at some point and like.
But
warn
they are asleep for now, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna wake up
Yeah, they're out.
immediately. And it doesn't sound like that boy, who I'm guessing is Thirstwell, because I mean, who else would ring a bell for their mom to bring them a sandwich?
He's in the middle of a very important Fortnite game. I'll
I
have
am
you know.
100% guessing he will never come downstairs. Like, that boy does not go downstairs. Okay, so
I think kitchen leading to basement.
Here's my plan.
Guess.
Open the door, have some sort of a prep up the sleep spell, so that when we open the door, bam, sleep.
The door opens.
Dude, that's like I
Bam,
let's do
bam.
it.
This
So-
is out of character. I'm talking out of character. This isn't time moving, Adam. I'm talking out
Well,
of
no, I
character.
mean, you have a minute, right? So you are talking in character because time has to pass. You can't be like, pause. We talk outside of character.
How
and then
can we
jump
not
again.
do that? We do that all the
No,
time.
we do when time is not of the essence, right? Like in the same way in combat, I'll be like, okay,
That's
you need to do an
a-
action, right?
well,
So like
I-
you are
okay,
planning. No, but
all
you
right.
you can't communicate instantaneously without speaking. That's not possible.
No, but I can talk about what we're gonna do and then say it in character.
Right, but
I'm
time is
just checking
passing
it's
while
okay
you're speaking.
with all the players.
Yeah, but
right?
this is the thing is you can't have an infinite amount of time just because you're talking out of character. Like it's of the essence and it
Okay.
matters
All right,
and it's
all right,
moving forward.
It's fine.
No,
So-
but when you said the person yelled, I was like, "Hurry, let's go!" And then
Mhm.
and then Elf was just saying, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do."
Right, which I assume to be like you're explaining that you're having
But
that
we'd
conversation
already,
as a
we'd
group.
already talked
We'd already
about
talked about what we're gonna
Sosorovo
do.
gonna be casting sleep, and he was like, "I don't want to waste it." So I listened and said, "There's one person in there, but we should do it now." Like,
Right, and
we'd
that
already-
person came from where you heard to the door and opened the door. In less than 6 seconds, right, for her to move from the kitchen to the door. Right, like you can't. Again, I'm just saying you can't
that's
drag
fine,
time out
but
like that.
I wasn't under the impression that while I was explaining to people out of character what we were doing, we were losing fucking daylight on the move. Or I
Okay,
would've just paused.
so as long as you're in here, things are moving around, people are doing things, and time is passing. So like we have to keep an eye on it because it can't just be like
Okay.
we pause and then we
but
come
I
up
was
with a
not
whole
aware
plan
of-
and then
I
we
was not
unpause.
aware of that
Sure,
up until
that's
this
and that's
second.
that's
But we-
fine.
But
But
we mentioned that 3 times, which is why I listened at the door, which is why we heard how many people there were,
right.
which is like why I told Sosorovo, like
Right, but
said
all
that.
that stuff takes time, like to say words, and it's literally like 6 steps for her to cross the room and open the door.
Okay, it's
Which is what she
fine.
was gonna do anyway,
We'll
like,
we'll
it's-
just go. It's fine.
Yeah, she opens the door, and then Sosrova, you cast sleep on her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, chances are pretty good. You don't. Well, okay. Where do you cast it? I just want to see the area of effect.
Oh, right. Yeah. The area is creatures within 20 feet of a point. So I assume wizards understand this. So I would shoot it.
Past
I'm
her,
not standing in front
I
of
guess.
the door. So yeah, I'd cast it towards the back of the room. When I see the door open, I'd be like,
Okay. And
Look
what's
for a corner
what's the
and
total? It's a point with
20.
20 feet, so it's 4 by 4.
Yeah, so you go up here, I guess.
Yeah.
Hit the others. And anybody like who else.
I mean,
is-
you can fire it if you see somebody, if they're like Sosrovo and you move 5 feet, you can cast it further into the back of the room.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's the back of the room.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to roll it in case there are people like round corners? I don't know.
Yes, yeah, just roll. I don't think you can get less than the total amount of hit points in the room, but I just want to make sure.
Okay. 5d8. That's probably fine. 25.
Okay, yeah. So this person, she opens the door, and I guess these doors would swing out because you're coming out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And she's
probably.
holding a plate, like a tray, with some like
catch it.
a metal bowl over it. And she sees you, and she's like, and doesn't have a chance to do anything before she gets knocked unconscious right by the spell. She falls.
Catch it.
Yeah. Does somebody want to make a check to try to grab the tray
I think
before
I'm a
she
little
drops
too
it?
far away.
Yeah, I think
I mean, I'm
Bryn
right
or
there.
November could.
How dexterous is Bryn?
If you're gonna do, I think the plan is
0.
just
Okay,
roll.
I'll do it.
Both of you
I'll-
go for it.
I'll
Bam.
do it.
Yeah, I think we probably both try. Like, Bryn tries to catch her, probably. Like, oh no, she's
Okay, you
falling.
try to catch her. I'll try to catch the loud thing.
Okay.
I get a 17.
Dex, just
Yeah.
straight Dex.
Yeah, maybe like a
Or
dexterity
acrobatics.
saving throw.
That's
Okay.
what I rolled. Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of like, because it's like a snap reaction.
Oh dear.
Oops.
Well.
And what were you trying to get, Bryn?
Her.
Okay. Okay, so you go for her. November gets in your
Oh, no.
way, and then you move so November can get in there and grabs the plate before it falls, and then she just like funk hits the ground with a whoomp.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I hold the tray and I'm just like bouncing it so that it's not like gonna fall and crash, and then I grab it and like slow down. And I'm like, okay, let's go in there, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're gonna push on into the thing.
Oh, there was a cat. Hi, cat.
So sitting on the counter with most of an entire fish in its mouth, a small fish, asleep on its back, drooling, is the Tressim Slobber Chops. A little older, a little fatter in real life. You would have to take. It's a gamble on whether this particular Tressim's wings can still make it fly.
'Cause he's fat.
Because he's so
Oh,
big,
no.
and he's just like just
Poor baby.
snoring away, just big cat snores with this like fish hanging out of its mouth and just laying there drooling on itself, dreaming Tressim dreams. Under your hat, Sosorovo, you feel little claws dig into your head, and you hear like a noise of frustration.
We should
Oh,
drag
yeah.
all the servants in here.
Okay, that's fine.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
I don't think we.
Can we,
So
can we get
I
to
would,
them waking up?
I would be remiss to not mention it's not a concentration spell.
Correct.
The spell says it lasts for a minute,
Yeah.
but they're asleep. So what wakes them up?
Yeah.
Let me post
Yeah,
the
here,
thing
let's
in.
talk about the sleep spell, because I noticed this conversation in chat, and I'm curious about it too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just get to output a spell card rather than a cast. Sorry, let me get it. Magical slumber. 24 point.
It says they fall unconscious until the spell ends.
Yes.
So I think when the spell
So they
ends,
are
Okay,
asleep.
so they're
I
just gonna
think
be
the
quick.
intent is they sleep for a minute.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
because
woman we
like
sent to sleep before stayed asleep for a while, but maybe that's because it didn't matter.
it didn't really matter. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
She
It's
woke
not
up and was like, I
concentration.
preferred to be asleep, and just went back to sleep.
Yeah, it's not concentration, so I can
Yep,
do
so you
it,
can
but
have 2.
it means we need to swat through this house as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Okay.
find somewhere to hide them. There is a closet here, but well, you don't know what's inside, but I'll describe the room to you so you know what's going on, and then you can decide about your plan. So we'll pause. If I had like a shot clock that I could run, that would be like, no, honestly, that'd be the easiest way to do this, to just be like, all right, I'm describing something. No time is passing. Okay, what do? Hit the clock.
I'd
So
be into that. That
anyway,
would be
right?
fun.
Like that, I think that's a good way to, if you're playing this at home, get yourself a little clock and hit that button. So inside, in the kitchen, let's see. So you see the cook, she's unconscious, she's on the floor. Pots, pans, and wooden utensils and cooking utensils dangle above 3 wooden preparation tables in the middle of the room. Bang, bang, bang. You can see those. There's a cat on one of them. Oh, I see. This is a dumbwaiter.
Ah,
So if you open that, it says like it's clearly a dumbwaiter now that you look at it. Yeah, which means you can get stuff from the kitchen to upstairs without having to go up the actual stairs.
So she
That makes
wouldn't
sense.
have opened the door, but it doesn't matter now because it's all happened.
Well, no, she would have opened the door if she was going somewhere other than where the dumbwaiter goes. Right? Because you don't know where the dumbwaiter goes.
God, that'd be sweet as hell. Like to have a dumbwaiter like in your house. I've thought about this before. Like,
Some
what are the
older
best
houses have
ways to
them.
get like delivery food into my bedroom? Like, would be
Right.
like post it through the letterbox, have a dumbwaiter. It's just like
Just pulled upstairs. Perfect. Yes, and it looks like she was preparing some kind of food. There's like bits of the food that is on the table. There's some kind of fish dish that was being prepared for lunch. And then she got interrupted, and she was going to go take whatever November you are now holding in your arms.
Does it smell good?
But so far, you can't really smell it because there's the metal dome
right.
over it. There's a French name for that, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. So Slobber Chops is asleep. All of the wait staff are now asleep. Yeah.
You just say it in a French accent.
Le dome de route. Okay.
So
This would be like a chode dome. It's a cloche. That's what I was thinking.
there are 3 doors. Can we like really quickly like take one and check them, and then
Yeah, those doors are
I think
windows.
best either
Please?
probably top to bottom. Best way to do
Yeah.
I feel like one person each so that it's quicker.
So if
right?
everybody grabs a servant and drags them in here, it'll only take like a round basically, right, to do that.
Well, let's do that then.
Yeah, but that doesn't help us when they wake up.
True.
Well, we could
you gotta look around to find. So it's like splitting your
There's napkins.
effort.
How long does it take to choke someone into unconsciousness?
long time.
A
You'd be
while.
surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, while they're asleep, I could just cosh them over the head for non-lethal damage.
How much damage can you do with one hit? And also,
yeah.
At least 4 every time.
Yeah, it would take
Well, they
4
would wake
rounds
up
to
the
knock them
set-
all out. Well, no, if you knock them out while they're unconscious, the only problem would be anyway. Yes,
no,
the
if they
first-
take
the first hit
damage, if they
hits.
take damage, they would wake up.
but then they'd wake up unconscious.
No, because you could only deal like 4 damage.
So that's what they mean when
Unless
they
they're
say people
commoners,
wake
in
up
which
dead.
case they'll be
Yeah.
unconscious.
Yeah, they're
Oh, right,
unconscious.
they're
It's
commoners,
not
I
it's not an
forgot.
auto crit. You'd have to make an attack roll weirdly with advantage, but
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
what I do is I just turn my packed weapon into packed club, and then I just go bonk, 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 and they're all unconscious
I
for a
forgot
longer
that they were
time.
commoners. That's true.
Yeah, if you want to do that,
Theoretically.
Bryn's gonna go for the.
I mean that'll
door.
take 4. It will take 4 rounds too. So
Drag them all in here, and I'll cosh them as we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
you're
will
doing
go-
that as you move through. The rest of us are going to take these doors.
Yeah.
I will
okay.
get this.
So
Yeah.
let's go one round at a time here. So action, we're about to hit the clock. What's everybody doing? So Sathra, what is your action? It's whatever you can do in one round.
I non-lethally knock this person unconscious if I can.
Okay.
This
Yes.
person right next to me.
Yep, you can make an attempt at it.
So is that advantage?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, they're prone.
They're prone.
26.
Okay.
8.
Okay, cool. This person is officially unconscious. Okay, so that's what you do right this second. Okay, and you do it in any order.
And
I
then
just want
I
to make sure.
move-
I want to make sure
and
everybody
then
has a chance. You can
and
still
then I move
move
to
too.
here. I move to here.
Okay. All right, so that's Sathra. Bryn, what are you gonna do?
You're muted.
Whatever
Sorry,
you're doing it
Bryn
silently.
opens the door she is in front of.
Okay.
We have
all
a
right.
limited amount of time. And
Yeah, yank that door open. Okay. So you reach for the door and you pull it open. And you see a room on the other side. unsurprisingly. It is what looks like a servant's quarters. There are 4 beds and a dining table.
Well, hopefully these are the only 4 servants.
I mean, yeah, if this is the servants' quarters, you got 4 bodies and 4. Also, what kind of asshole noble puts all their servants in one room?
In the same room, yeah.
Also,
Right next to the
inappropriate
kitchen.
because it's like an old man, a slightly less old man, a middle-aged woman, and then like a young woman. They need privacy.
Adam, they're not people, they're servants.
That's right. That's what Psyomorph always says. Okay. All right.
Ugh.
So you yank the door open. What else you want to do?
Is there anyone in that room?
No,
There's
it's empty.
It's empty. This one's empty, she says, not super loudly.
You could just put them all in their beds.
Yeah, she'll be like, maybe we should put them in here.
Okay.
And then goes over to this door.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up the unconscious.
Can I open a
This
second
bunk
door?
empty.
Can I open a second door? On my turn?
Yes, because you get one free one and then a interact with object. So yeah,
Cool,
if you want to
so
open
she'll
that one.
the second
All right. So in that room
Nice.
is a pantry. Yep. Food and drink is stored on shelves in this musty room.
Great. And then I'll use the rest of my movement to go up to this door.
Okay. All right. November.
I go out into the hallway, 5, 10, 15, 20. Sothra's kind of in the way. Can I get here and like?
You can't end your turn on someone else's token, but you can like move.
Well, I wanted to go for the cute younger lady in the maid's outfit, but I guess I'll go for the old guy.
God damn it.
Okay.
What?
All right. And then what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and do the same thing that
You can move and interact
Sothra's
with them as
doing.
part of your free move. Then you can move again. You can move half and drag them.
I can't guarantee that I'll do the right amount of damage though.
Oh, you're also going to try? Okay.
That
Yeah,
was
because if
good.
you don't do enough damage, they wake
can,
up.
I can guarantee I can hit a commoner down to unconscious every
Okay,
time.
well, then
hit.
It says it right on the back of Sathra's baseball card.
Well,
Yeah.
then I'll just drag this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just drag this one backward. I guess I can only drag them backward one spot, but I'm
Okay.
dragging them into the kitchen.
All right.
Cool.
Rhea is going to move. So here, grab the body. That's 10 feet. Another 20, and then another 15. Okay, there you go. So as she goes by you, Bryn. She looks over and she's like, I don't really like doing this. Like drags the guy into the other room, throws him in the bed. So before we continue, that's one round. I wanted to mark that. I wanted to give everybody a chance to do something. The remaining awake characters, they've got another few rounds or the remaining sleeping characters have a few rounds while they're magically asleep. And we will deal with the sorting out of those people next time. Because that's the time we got. We have infiltrated. This is the most successful stealth mission I have seen.
Like it is
in Dungeons and Dragons in a long time. So congratulations on getting into the building without being noticed by those guys, and subsequently having the spells that you needed to.
We've gone like 2 sessions doing non-combat plans, and they've worked.
And they've worked. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Incredible.
I think it's because functionally we built several not completely combat characters.
You have some
which
broad
was
skill sets, yeah.
recon, but actually though.
Yeah, but actual recon. Cool. Well, as we do, let's end the show with some shout outs. Where can people find you, my beloved players, when they are trolling around on the internet looking for entertainment? Let's start with Elf, who will have a new computer soon.
Hello, friends. I'm Distracted Elf. Actually, let's do this in the Sathra voice. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. Actually, you can find me later this evening, perhaps in 2 or 3 hours over on those places, building a computer on stream. So that'll be fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Distracted Elf. And also, I have to tell you, while you were doing that outro, you were attacked by peasants. Time was still going while you were explaining.
Fuck you.
I love you, Elf. All right,
Yeah,
down below, it's
I
Lauren.
love you too.
Lauren, do the thing.
Hi, Hi, my name's Random Tuesday. You can find me at all of the places on the internet at Random Tuesday, including Twitch and Twitter. I stream on my own channel where I work on cosplays. Like, I don't know if you can see it in this box. The She-Ra that's back here is very shiny and gold. I was
So
cosplaying a
good.
giant woman because it's great. Giant women are great. Soon I will have up on my Patreon all of the photos that Adam took of my Aloy cosplay, which is awesome. And if you like giant women, speaking of, and you would like to turn into one in a tabletop RPG, I wrote a PBTA hack called Fusion, which is an RPG of feelings, friendship, and space rocks. It's a Steven Universe hack, so you can check that out on my itch page. There's a link to it on my Twitter.
Rocks. Nice.
Space rocks.
Excellent. Cool. Dave, over there. Dave.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming as always and watching us. I got through and I've done the rewards for everybody. Everybody seemed super happy with the donations. So that was the donation rewards. So that was really cool. If you like to find my stuff, the best place to check if I'm ever going to do anything useful is at Twitter at Dave_the_human. I feel like there's something else I was supposed to say, but I've run out of time, so it probably wasn't that important.
There you go. You can remember it for next time. Last but not least, Blue Jay, take it home. You're muted. We can't hear you, but you could do it silently if you wanted.
I'm going to do this in mime.
Please don't.
I'm Blue Jay. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. I'm going to be posting up my the end of my in character journal for Macaria and the start of my in character journal for November on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/BlueJay712. And I also have like a tiefling devil thing that Adam and I did for Halloween, which was fun. Cool lighting. It was like the same day that we shot Lauren's Aloy cosplay. Adam just takes lots of pictures. Adam takes so many pictures.
What do I do?
And you were an excellent lighting assistant.
Thank you. I held that light so well.
You
did a
did.
great
Those
job.
lights look fucking great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Teamwork.
Now I'm thinking about a session where everybody is muted except like when they're supposed to be speaking and somebody else voices them over.
Terrifying. Maybe the next time we need to raise money. Cool. Well, thanks for coming, everybody, and for tolerating our going over a little bit. Oh, bye. That's me.
Oh,
All right,
no.
cool. Well, see you later, everybody.
no.
That's it. I've been
darkness.
reclaimed by darkness. I've been your Dungeon Master. I'm Adam Coble. Thanks for coming, everybody. We will see you next time.